Yeah, baby. Wonder if all my bad decisions get accounted in the algorithms. No statistician could dissuade me from my bigger vision. I know my occupation's quite an unlikely place in this world to occupy and talk about upon a daily basis. Our information's predetermined by some biased business. We all in sermon to silicon that push out lovely neighbors. I'm done with paper chasing, think I'm on to bigger banquets. This that full circle, new wave, energy on a Tuesday. Turn a blue day to a bright hue, yellow with a smooth A in hair. Extra fruité the brand, you can't move me. The music is man, it's a con job, but this grand. Been blessed with a great hand amongst many that stank. And yeah, it took some hard work, but blind luck play a huge role. And if they say that it don't, then they feeding you fool's gold. And if I know one thing, if the truth's home. Even if it's a tough thing to swallow, an even harder thing to hold and truly know without a doubt while on the globe. And even though that seems inherent, it ain't always so apparent. Dangle carrot, you ain't always gonna get it. But don't worry, it's a pretty February in a year with more to carry and more days is yet to come. Under the sun, taking the ferry to the city where the moment's extra pretty, like the people, like the idea that I keep inside my brain that isn't equal to the real world. All that stress ain't saving me fear though. I swear to God I'm trying, but they pushing their demons down my esophagus, screaming the easy life, what I want always. Praise made up holidays, tell me that love is the answer just to boost this economy. Buy more sell now, but I ain't following. I ain't a hollow man, I'm fuller than fall winds. Take it all with a tall grin, and if you feel it, do it with me. And just sing what the song says. Take it all for what it is. It ain't all so big. So big, so big, so big. Take it all for what it is. What it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. It ain't all so big. It ain't all so big.
All right, guys, let me do that all again. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all, it's me, SB. Can y'all hear me now?
Dearly beloved.
I hope so. Y'all know what tonight is. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. Y'all know what happens on Monday night. It's me, one half of the dynamic duo, and we will be bringing Black Man Unfiltered up in just a moment whenever he's ready. There you go. Black Bear, you all in my head today. Do you got on a red shirt?
Yeah, what's going on, girl?
What's going on with y'all?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know it. You know, I was just strolling through YouTube, and I happened to scroll upon a community tab, which I saw someone of dark complexion, very beautiful young lady, sitting in a nice 2023 BMW. Maybe you know who she is. Have you seen it?
No, don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, she was sitting low, and her husband happened to put a nice inscription on the top of the.
But wait a minute. What kind of car you say it was?
It was a nice BMW SUV. The thing looked like it looked like it came out of space.
Now I have something similar to that, but mine is a Mercedes.
Oh, you got a Mercedes?
Yeah.
What?
So you went
Hold on a minute. Maybe I looked at the wrong. Wait a minute. Maybe I looked at
somebody else. Must have been somebody else.
Must have been somebody else. Because hold on a minute. Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay.
Somebody else. It wasn't me.
All my friends riding Benz. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love it. Mr. Boss surprised me. I didn't even tell you all about the surprise. Mr. Boss surprised me to get that car. When was it? Thursday? I think it was Thursday, maybe a week ago. Might have been last Thursday. He done went and changed found emails and everything, because we share a lot of things. So when you're adding cars to insurance and things like that, I get the message just like he gets the message. But he's trying to surprise me with this here vehicle. So he done created an email, done all this to surprise me. When he brings it home, I say, "Oh my goodness, they let you test drive this car?" He was like, "Babe, it's yours," and gave me the keys. I was like, "Are you serious?" It's like, yeah. I was like, "Whoa, okay, I like this." So yep, he surprised me. I had no idea.
Man, Mr. Boss.
None.
Come on, give me a sound effect, Mr. Boss. I can't hear you, man. Come on.
Dearly beloved.
That is. That's my boy.
He definitely did. He surprised me. He worked it all out, because we actually saw it the Saturday before the 4th of July. I've liked that car for years, but it liked it during COVID, and I could never tell him what kind of car it was I like, because they had so many. I kept saying Mercedes GL, and we look it up. He was like, "I don't like that. I don't like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, no," but we could never figure it out. So we happened to be driving by Mercedes, and actually, I said, "I think they got one." So we pulled in. They had 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them, and it was there. He was like, "I like this car. I really like this car."
Yeah.
So he was like, "Well, maybe later," trying to act like he didn't, I was like, "Oh, well, you got the Maserati," just being dismissive. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. You can't hang with the Maserati." I'm like, "It's fast," went on with my business. Didn't even test drive it or anything. So he told me another day too. They were out until the Wednesday after the 4th. And he told me, he's like, "Yeah, the salesman called me." And I told him, "We just gonna wait." I said, "Okay, that's fine." Him and the salesman done plotted it up and everything. And then the next day he drove it home. I was like, wow, that was cool.
The boss.
The boss be doing his thing. Well, listen, how come, he put that nice little tribute out there, to men and women, trying to encourage couples or people that want to be married, that it could be good 27 years later. Do you know, we done got so many
haters.
Oh boy, and you know what I figured? They got to. One of them called me. Could I possibly have some gold digging tendencies?
Security boss. They didn't say you had no OnlyFans.
They said I had gold digging tendencies. Could I possibly? I ain't trying to say SB got some gold digging tendencies. He said it. He said SB was a gold digger, possibly.
Oh, she's a gold digger.
Well,
down. Good to me.
I know.
Man.
I'm a gold digger. I was like, "Hey, Mr. Boss is getting upset about that." I was like, "Look, no, listen. These are new people. They obviously don't know us. Let's just thank them for, engaging and, coming to the platform and, all of that. And then just introduce them to us a little bit. And you know what, Black man, I feel as though you should probably do that too. So I think we should both take a moment, because we are getting new subscribers left and right, and they don't know us, and it's, we stuff appearing on TikTok and certain places, and they just seeing what they seeing, and they just, assuming.
Security boss, I ain't calling you a gold digger.
I know.
But Mr. Boss ain't no broke me.
That's just, what? So one of them said something like that too. They said, "Yeah, I see what you do when you're rich, but what do you do when you're blue collar work?" I'm like,
"What? Whoa, wait."
Yeah.
Wow. Security boss, you know what though?
No.
People want what you have, but they're not willing to go through what you went through to get where you're at.
I don't know.
People only see it from the surface. They don't see it from the root.
No, this
Bam! Mr. Boss, you messy and you petty and messy. And I love it.
That's Mr. Boss is the petty side of me, just in case y'all
you petty and messy.
He's the petty side of me, y'all. But yeah, I say we just need to introduce. We just need to do a recap of who we are and who we pushing over here. You know, because I think
one more time, Mr. Boss. One more time for the people in the back with the glasses on, Mr. Boss. Bam!
I think people get a little confused about what we pushing.
Security Boss, I think you should subscribe. I think you should describe the car while it's up on the screen. I think you should tell us what's in it. What features.
Oh my God, it's everything. I you know what? I got 28 different colors of interior lighting. I have picked a nice hot pink for myself. I have it's just special. It has you can control the whole car by your phone. What else does it have? It has a panorama sunroof. I can see the whole. Me and Jesus be right there together. We be rolling.
Oh, you and Jesus right there?
Me and Jesus right here.
Oh man.
Oh, it's me and him.
Come on through, Jesus.
What else I got going on? It has the it's something really neat. When you open the door, it's got the little Mercedes thing that shine on the ground.
Yeah.
It is so neat. Let me think of something else that's special about it.
Go ahead.
I think the most special thing is the fact that you can control the car with your phone.
Yeah, talk your talk, Mr. Boss.
That's the most creative thing Mercedes has done lately. So it's nice though. I'm enjoying it. Thus far. I haven't driven it much. But you know, we're gonna take it for a ride real soon and go out of town somewhere. I think maybe take a little drive, see how it handles.
I can always come to the great state of Texas.
We're not driving to Texas. Who does that?
You talking about a road trip? Woo, Lord.
That's an excursion. You are on the other side of the world completely. No way. We might come, of course, but we are not driving a car. No way. Look, I get there. Like when I get there, I'll be like, how we gonna get home?
Mr. Mark, I ain't driving back.
No, we ain't driving back. I don't know what we're gonna do because that's crazy. I think y'all like over 1,200 miles away. I don't even know. Gosh.
Y'all be in the car about 14 hours.
Oh my God. What? No.
Yeah.
Ain't no car that great. I ain't trying to buy like that. You know, when you get there, you can't even get out the car. Your knees won't even straighten out anymore. Like, forget that. No. We'll catch a plane ride and come visit though. We might do that. That's right. Yeah, that might be interesting. It looks beautiful, although it's very hot there lately.
It's 110 today.
Wow. And I also know it's not the place to get in any trouble.
Oh no, you can't get no trouble here. Unless you go, you gotta have a plan. And I saw it in Death Valley yesterday in California. It was 128.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't see how people surviving in that. I wouldn't want to do anything.
They're not. They better be staying inside underneath the air conditioner or a fan or something because they're 128.
128 degrees in Death Valley yesterday.
Wow. So listen, let's say hello to a few people because I want to mention something to you because remember I just said a moment ago, I don't want to go to Texas and get in trouble. We're going to talk a little bit about that young lady who went over there to Dubai and got herself in trouble.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Somebody got to put out a PSA because my ladies ain't understanding what's going on. So
Not until they get caught up.
Well, look, somebody got to be the example. It ain't going to be SB.
I know that's right.
Mr. Gilbert, what's going on with you? Take heed. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you guys so much. Y'all decided to be here tonight with the dynamic duo. We thank you. Dre, what's going on? It's good to see you also. Mr. Howard, good to see you. Dubai, yes. Dr. Steele, hello, sir. How are you? Black man, how you doing? I see you with that red shirt on. 4B free. Hello. Thank you for being here. M Mills, I think I saw you also. Bleak Barbie, hello. No Cast Pro. Natcast, I'm sorry. Natcast Pro. Producer? Maybe? I wonder what that means. Thank you so much for being here. CBN, hello. How are you? Who else here we got, black man? Let's see. TP, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Ricky, hello, Ricky. What's up? We ain't talked. Ricky, I have to talk to you. I definitely have to do. We missed our appointment. I need to connect with you, and I will do that. I will do
Liar.
that. Love C, hello. How are you? How y'all doing? So anyway, did I miss someone?
I don't think it is. I think you got everybody.
Oh,
You got for
Lady
brief. I mean,
Navoa. I don't think I said Lady Navoa. How you doing, Lady Navoa?
okay, yeah. Love C. What's going on, everybody?
It's good to see you. Cora, what's up? 128 degrees. Love C, don't say it. It's just it get hot when you oof.
Man,
I don't imagine that, y'all. Why is it so hot there?
I don't know. They're closer to the devil than we are, I guess. I don't know.
You know what? There's always been tales of California just kind of falling off. You know that, right?
Mm.
Kind of falling off. Maybe it's what's happening, you know?
It's called Death Valley, so go figure.
Yeah. So listen, I did not do a whole lot of research on this young lady because I just thought it was very sad that we go to other people's country and we go there as supposed to be vacation, but then we get over there and get all upset and get, I don't know. But the young lady said she's been there a whole month. Am I right about that?
Yeah, that's a lot. She got some money.
So no, she's been locked up.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
They said she went to a they rented a car and I guess was taking the vehicle back, and the young man at the car dealership, not car dealership, but the rental car place, he in turn got a little loud with her, maybe a little aggressive, I think they said, and then she kind of gave it back to him. But whatever, he called the police, and she's been arrested for raising her voice.
That a man.
Now you think it's that simple?
Mm-hmm.
Because you think they're playing it down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I think things are different. It's just different.
No, I understand she raised the voice, but I mean, you know, when you hear somebody say, "Oh, all she did was raised her voice," you think, maybe she got a little loud. I'm actually feeling like she got really indignant, like, you know, you MF this, you did that, you know, like you don't know who you messing with, you don't get that kind of stuff. What you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because she ain't gonna say, "You get on my nerves, you little punk boy. Don't you play with me, okay?" No,
right.
It wasn't none of that.
I tried to clean the car,
yeah,
but
I'm trying.
Oh
my God.
How about this? You're hurting my feelings. Can you stop?
Can I just get a moment, please, to clean the car?
She didn't do that. She was calling him all kind of B's and N's. You know what I'm saying? She was letting him have it left and right, because he wouldn't have called the police just because of her being upset per se. I don't think. Yeah, but anyway, she locked up.
My grandfather, she showed her ass.
There you go. And I think she had the green hair on that day. They showed her with green. I bet the green hair might make you act like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's not funny that the whole young lady is in jail over in Dubai, and I don't know what they waiting on. I don't know how long she got to be there. I don't know what kind of fine she has to pay, but apparently it's not looking too good.
But the thing is, in Dubai, if you just look at the culture there, you don't disrespect men or at a high regard there. You're not going to disrespect a man. You're not going to raise your voice at a man or have what they do here. You're not going to do that in Dubai. Calling the man out his name and yelling and screaming. They're not putting up with it.
She gave it to him. And probably nobody could calm her down.
Now they're giving it to her.
Ooh, what you saying? What you think? Oh no.
Welcome. Watch your head, ma'am. Why just put it in the back of their police car?
Well, they said she's been locked up a whole month. I don't know if I did see. I think a man now is representing her. There's a lawyer talking to the young lady that was with her, so they may be doing something now to try to get the young lady out.
The other young lady's still there too.
Oh, I don't know if she's still there, but I saw her talking to a lawyer. I think she actually came back home and has gotten a lawyer. Maybe they'll go back and try to speak to somebody. But you know what he said? He said you shouldn't be arresting someone for something that you wouldn't arrest a man for. Mm-hmm. Like he can run their country. Mm-hmm. I hope he changes his attitude before he get over there, because they don't.
Before he gets slapped.
I know he gonna go over there telling them they out of order and I don't like your laws, and they're gonna lock him up too.
Yep, we'll be right there with him.
Wow. I hope that this is a good example. Some women will be able to see that it's better to be humble. I understand that maybe the man was being aggressive with her, but she should have just relaxed and told him or said to him whatever needed to be said without being disrespectful. Because I absolutely know she did more than raise her voice. Nah, she probably was threatening his life and all kind of stuff. I don't know, but you know. I hope she makes it home. I do.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess she'll learn how to hush because in those foreign countries like that, in Dubai, you're not gonna get away with that, man. You disrespect the man, you gone. As simple as that.
Well, what kind of punishment do you think she should have?
I think she should get 30 years. I'm just playing.
Oh my God.
I think she learned her lesson. I think you could let her home because after 30 days she probably lost her job. She probably she probably don't know how she gonna get home. She's probably exhausted all her funds. Money is looking extremely funny after 30 days in another country.
I feel so sorry for her, black man, because I wish we could do better. I wish she would have known better than to do that. I wish we could know better than to cuss men out like that. I just feel like, y'all, I could be so wrong. Maybe she didn't, but I feel like she got real aggressive, overly aggressive with this man. And I hate that she felt like she could beat this man up. Hey, Tisha, what's going on with you? I really hope that she has learned something. When she comes back, she can tell some of her friends that it don't pay to be, equal with men. Yes, sir.
I don't believe that. I think when she get free and she get on that plane, she'll get right back on that live and say, "You mother, you locked me up.
No.
Watch."
Not 30 days. Not 30 days in a prison or jail in Dubai. I don't even know what it's like. They probably ain't got no floors, black man. I don't even know.
Yeah, she probably lived with the scorpions. Hey, but hey, you got to understand. That's why. You know what? I think that should be something we add to the teachings of our beautiful women. Just send them to a foreign country for 30 days. And don't tell them nothing. Don't give them the rules and let them learn. Over there, you get sideways with a man, you can lose your teeth.
So wait a minute. Why not give them the rules? Why not? Why can't we just implement some rules here?
We are.
I mean, has it not been enough examples of things that happen when you exhibit bad behavior? Don't we have enough examples of it? I mean, of women being. I watched a TikTok video today, and I should have brought this one along, but it really didn't fit into today's show. But a man and a woman were on a bus. The woman was 70 years old.
Oh no.
She was on the bus, and there was a man sitting there, and just out of the blue, he attacked her. And the first thing he did was kicked her in her face.
Lord.
Yeah, for no reason. And he just beat that woman. I mean, he really did. And the bus driver, she stopped the bus. She was 60. She began to help the lady. And they had to trick him to get him on the bus. They finally got the older lady and the old lady and the bus driver off the bus. They had to trick him on the bus and kill the battery to lock him on the bus. And nobody knows why he did this. So I'm assuming it was just mental illness, and I don't know what he was feeling. I don't know why he was feeling this way, but he really let this lady have it. And I just know that there are a lot of examples of, men that have mental illness or, whatever kind of growing up, whatever scars they have. Sometimes women get it. And it's just been so many examples. You have to know how to handle yourself. Now, she didn't do anything. But listen, we just had an example not too long ago of the lady in the hot dog stand. Her son had to actually delete the man for hitting her,
Right.
But if we had some sort of rules and regulations, I guess, to say, hey, ladies, don't even talk to men you don't know. We used to, when you was younger, you don't talk to strangers. Why is it now when you get older, you can just talk to strangers if you need to? What's wrong with just a smile and keep it moving?
Exactly. And I could say this as well. Here in Fort Worth, Texas, if you want to look this up, it was on Roland Martin, I think, yesterday. Day before yesterday, Friday, I think it was. There was this lady, there was a police officer. They jumped, a pile of them just jumped on this guy. And they was mishandling bad. And they look across and they see this old lady videoing with her cell phone. The officer goes over to the old lady and tell her to put her phone up. She said, "It's my right to video. I can video with my phone." This lady's probably 70. He grabbed her by the back of her neck, threw her head into the car, chunked her down on the ground. And you could hear somebody in the background, probably one of the grandkids, say, "My grandmama just left chemo. She got cancer."
Oh, my.
and you can tell because her head was completely bald. So you can literally look at her and tell that something that she had cancer. And that police officer didn't give a damn. Threw her head into that car, slammed her ass on that concrete, and put his knee in her neck and put them handcuffs on her. Did not care, not at all. So I mean, I saw that and I was like, wow, that was horrible.
You know, that's what's happening now. Everything and everybody, not everybody, y'all already know, but a lot of individuals are becoming very, very violent. And like Dr. Steele said, he did. It was Clement. I'm sorry. He said, I'm not accepting that to attack an elderly woman. He knew exactly what he was doing. He chose a weaker target. Mr. Gilbert, he was a older man, actually. But I do agree with you. He knew that she was weaker. And actually, the bus driver, too, she was a lady. She was 60. He attacked her, too. Both of them were trying to fight him off. They had to trick him onto the bus. The bus driver knew how to shut the battery off to the bus and close. She got him. She said something like, go check the back doors. And for whatever reason, he did it. And when he did that, she jumped off the bus, closed the doors behind her, and it made him stuck on the bus because she killed the battery. So they had him stuck on the bus. He couldn't do anything, and then the police came. But the initial woman that he kicked in the face, oh, y'all, you just wouldn't believe that.
Was this during the day? Was this at night?
No, this was during the day. This was in the middle of the day.
My thing is this.
On the back of the bus. It was some people on the back of the bus. You know what they did, don't you?
Video.
And ran out.
See, that's the thing, security boss. I mean, I've not had to use, thank God, you know, thank you, Lord, for everything you've done for me. I've never had to do public transportation. However, everywhere I go, security boss, I got something on me. Everywhere I go, I'll be at church singing in the choir, my 380 in my pocket. You know, and so if I'm on that bus and that man beat that woman like that, he will be dead. Simple. I would just hit him. Pop, pop. I mean, there's no reason to beat an old lady. For what? It's something going on.
I'm telling you, I just couldn't. I wouldn't have been able to watch it. If I would have been there, I'm sorry, y'all. I would have gotten in there. I know I'd have been wrong. My husband probably been like, "What are you doing?" I just could. The way he kicked that woman, that initial kick was just, oh, y'all just don't understand.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, it was so graphic. And when she went to court, she faced this man, and I have no idea why this even happened. She wouldn't say a word to him, y'all, not a word. So we need to understand that things are just changing, and I don't know. I don't have the answers to why, but we got to protect ourselves. Black man, I understand exactly what you're saying. Mr. Boss gets on me about that all the time. I know I need to carry my weapon.
Everywhere.
I don't.
But you know what pisses me off, security boss? My wife pissed me off the other day. Let me tell you why. Shout out to you, boo. But the other day, I said, "Babe, where your gun at?" And she looked. I said, "Oh, shit. Please don't tell me that gun down in your purse." Well, I just put it down in there because I switched cars. Oh, no, baby. I need that. Listen to me. Take that thing out, because if somebody come do something to you, baby, you got to be ready. Yeah. You can't be digging for nothing. I want you to shoot, and I want you to run, get away, and call me. I'm coming, but I need you to be ready. At all times, be ready. Because something happened to you, I'm going to lose my mind. Just be ready. That's it.
Look, Mr. Gilbert said, did I see the man attack the lady cop on the sidewalk for no reason? You see what I'm saying? I have no idea what is happening to these people. Emil says demons. Emil, you're right. We are definitely, there is a spiritual battle going on, and it's been clearly displayed. It is, because I did not see the man attack the police officer, but I've seen it done before, and she would not, for whatever reason, I guess it must be something having to do with their rules and regulations, she wouldn't shoot him. One man, he was totally nude, and he kept coming after her, kept beating her, and she would not pull out that weapon. She kept trying to tase him. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Yeah, man, gone.
I have no idea. Me and Mr. Boswell, he said, "What is she doing?" He was a big guy too. He just kept, and he was naked, and she just kept trying to tase. I was like, "Oh no. No, he was just making a rag doll out of her, but she did not get that weapon. She did not pull her firearm out. She kept trying to tase him. And guess what he kept doing? Coming back for more, because whatever he was on, that taser did nothing. It did nothing.
Now for some good news, security boss.
Please.
Let me tell you something. So I have a nephew, and he got a full scholarship to go to Grambling State University. and I'm proud of him. And before he went to camp, to go to camp, he stopped by to see me. And he about to walk past me now. That's why I'm saying that, because when y'all see him, he walking past me. You go ahead, nephew. And my nephew, you can wave at the camera. Bend down, wave at the camera.
Hey, nephew. Congratulations.
And she said, congratulations, nephew. But yeah, so he got a full ride. So he's on his way down there with my younger brother. I have a 22-year-old brother. And he is in Grambling as well. So he's gonna take care of his little cousin. And so yeah, so I'm proud of him. I've been talking to him since he's been here. We've been having all the conversations about the women, about protecting himself, trying to withstand, restrain himself, because at Grambling there's a lot of things down there that can get you in trouble. So I'm trying to really preach that into him, and hopefully he's listening. It ain't been no, fire and brimstone, but just having a conversation, man to man. This is a young man now, and so yeah, hopefully he'll listen. I told him, you ever need anything, you can always call me. And that's it.
Well, you know what, Black man, I see you as the cool uncle, and most times people can hear from the cool uncle. So,
right.
He'll reach out to you if he definitely needs something. So I'm glad you are there for him, and he's going into an endeavor where he's gonna see more women than he probably ever seen.
Ooh, I told him.
Beautiful women, all different types. You live one place and you see one type of woman, then you go to college, you see all types, and they all. What is he doing? Is he a part of the band?
Yep.
I see that. They love him and everything. So, and he talented too. Listen, they gonna be all over him. So, watch out, brother.
Oh yeah. But I told him. I said, listen, if you go down there with no protection and skeet, they're gonna send you their child support sheet. I said, just remember that. Put that in your phone. He's like, Uncle, you trying to do that? I said, I don't care what you say. When you get down there, you see them girls from Florida and coming from California, and they come in there, well, you gonna be gone. So just get it together.
Look, yeah, Black man, tell him again. Call him every day and tell him. Write him a note. Tell him put it on the refrigerator somewhere.
Man,
they everywhere. They're beautiful girls. A lot of them are very advanced. They don't mind.
Man,
very liberal, very, very liberal, and he's not. You know what I
mean? Yeah. And see, this is foolery. This is why so many young men are out here, doing what they're doing, because they're encouraged to do so. And I remember when I was younger, my uncles, I wasn't the uncle I am now. I didn't have those uncles. Right. My uncle said, everyone you hit, we get you. Everyone you can knock down, you get our respect. And so I'm trying to teach them differently. But I see in the chat somebody disagrees with me. They say I'm making them an incel, and I'm making them gay.
Listen, y'all. Listen. Black man, that is a tough thing, because you're exactly right. We men have grown up, like you said, it's your nature to knock them down, to knock them back. However many you have, it's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And it's all depends on what are we actually creating. What do we want to do? Do we want husbands, kingdom men, or do we want men, like you said, that may have child support orders? We're in a different time now, y'all.
Exactly.
We're in a totally different time. And women lie. You don't even want to be one of the ones they test to see if it's your baby dad. You don't even want to be in that lineup. It may not be yours. You may miss that first one or whatever, but you don't even want to be in the lineup. You want to be way away from that, as far away as you can be. Mm-hmm. Because nowadays women, if I'm hearing it right, we could just put your name down and say it was you.
Exactly.
So if that's the case, I don't even want you to know me. Not first and last.
And you know what's secure about? Speaking of that, I don't know if Mr. Boss got it queued up, but speaking of that video that you sent me, I told you I had already watched. That right there, all men need to see what their child support is doing. That was in Texas, though. Texas a fool with it, ain't it?
Texas is a fool with it. Y'all don't move to Texas. Please don't move to Texas. I mean, I love you on your own, you go to Texas. That's all I'm saying. You on your own, you go to Texas, because they got some different type of rules going on over there.
Security about if right now me and my wife got a child that's let me get the highest age. My son is 16. I'm gonna do my oldest daughter, 19, and she's still in school, right? So she still qualifies for child support here in Texas, as long as she's in the educational system. Mm-hmm. If my wife said, you know what, I'm divorcing you, and we go through a divorce and she wants child support, they're going to retro back from 19 years old into the time she was born.
Yep.
and I owe 19 years of child support.
See
That's what they do here in Texas. 19 years. All
And
she
then-
got to do is say she don't want you no more.
How about this though? How about the one where they said they don't give it to the state? They don't give it to the child. They give it to the state. And sometimes,
It's retirement money for the judges and state officials. The child support
don't even
here in
get it.
Texas. Mm-hmm.
Now y'all gotta. I have to figure out how that is anyway, right? But that's
Man.
like, oh God, Texas. Now I gotta tell you something. It's not like that in North Carolina. It is not. But just the fact that somebody said it and it's being done makes it just crazy to hear. So men, y'all got to be careful. But listen, Black man, we're going to get to this, but it's something that you would say, what you just said, as far as being taught, knock them down as they come, because men have actually adopted and adapted to that being their nature and not having to control any part of it. But again, we are in a different time. It used to be a man could have a family on the right side of town or the west side, and he could have another one on the south side. And as long as he was taking care of them, everybody got along pretty well. They didn't know too much about each other. I mean, you hear that, but they live, and everybody was in harmony. I'm not saying he was a great man. I'm not saying he was a great husband. I'm just saying that's just how it was. Nowadays, you're not going to get that to happen. These women that we are dealing with, they are now becoming very ruthless, and some of this behavior is they're not going for it, y'all.
Now, security boss, I want to hear because me and you didn't talk about it.
Oh, we
I
did?
want to hear your reaction.
Okay.
To the video I sent you when the young man tried to walk away from the girl and she kept beating him.
You know what?
He tried to walk away.
He tried to run away.
He tried to run. She chased him down.
And then he hit her real good, but not hard enough. She still followed him. She done dropped her wig. He with a whole nother woman, and she's still following him. The Black man, I said that. Remember, Easy was the one. Was it Easy or was it? No. It wasn't Easy. It was a scam. Scam. I was saying they will follow you. That girl followed him. Were they in Vegas or somewhere?
Yeah. So he was protecting his girl from her.
Right.
Because she got into it with his girl or whatever and tried to attack her. And he stood in front of her and said, no, you're not going to put your hands on my wife now. And she said, I don't care about you or your wife, basically. And man, she lit into him. And he pushed his girl out the way and tried to get away. Then he turned his back, chased him down.
Away. She chased him. You know what? He still finally hit her. Please leave us alone. Walked away. She's still following him.
Still following him.
It's like, when are you going to decide to go in a different direction? She did not. Him hitting her was not enough.
Nope.
I'm like, oh my God.
I told you. They are, man.
Yeah, now she was, I don't know what she was experiencing. I really don't. Mr. Gilbert said, SB, I just sent you a link about a new bill in Tennessee for falsely accusing a man of being your child's father.
Well, look at God.
I hope the man wins and was able to charge back and get the money for what, charge the woman for whatever money he's paid. Because I just also saw a case where a man spent 5 years in prison.
And the baby wasn't even his.
And the baby wasn't his.
Oh, I'm suing everybody. I'm suing everybody.
5 years in prison, y'all. 5 years in prison, and the baby is not yours.
And security ball, people be talking about these men. They say, oh, these men be whining. All they do is complain. Can you imagine, security ball?
I can't.
I will take myself as an example. If my son had an accident, God forbid, and I needed to give him blood or do some type of blood work with him, and they tell me that boy not mine, security ball, like imagine what these men are going through. I told you they tested 200,000 men. And out of those 200,000 men, 35% of those 200,000
are not the fathers.
Were married. Were not the father. They were married.
I know. I remember that. Are not. Listen, it hurts my. Listen, I must say, I hear a lot of bad cases and bad situations, and I don't know what actually happens, whether they try to go after the mothers or not. But when I heard that man spent 5 years in prison and the child was his, I think that one really made me sick.
Well, people will call him a victim, though. They'll call him victim. They'll say he's in the victim Olympics. That's what they'll say.
What you mean? How is he? He is a victim. What do you mean?
But they mean a victim in a bad way, like he's stupid or he this or that. How can you? A man, he probably knew that baby wasn't. And because they put him in jail for 5 years, a long time.
What you mean? That's 5 years of your life. Wait a minute. What did the man do What did he do wrong? What he went to jail or prison for 5 years because he refused to pay. Am I right?
Exactly.
Or I would say refused to pay, did not pay.
Right.
He spent 5 years in prison, and the child is not his. I don't care what anybody says. That man can be a victim. He can fall out on the floor. He can pretend like he hurt. He can sue the state or county, whoever, for millions, and the mama. That is some wrong stuff right there. 5 years.
Yeah. And accountability for her. She ain't gonna get no time. She gonna go on with her life. But security boss, I'm telling you right now, Lord, I thank you for delivering me halfway from a vengeful heart. Because, boy, let me tell you something. It's gonna be some furniture moving. If I spend 5 years of my life
in prison,
jail,
no,
in prison,
they said, yeah, they said it was the prison. I don't even know how you rectify that. What crime did he? The crime of not having any money. That's what it is now. Okay.
Let me tell you something about baby mama drama. All that. Let me tell you this. Saturday, about a month ago, I buried my aunt, and that devastated me. I was sick. So my uncle passed away last week. All right, and we buried him Saturday. Yes, the funeral was Saturday. Another just blow to the family, like unexpected. Went to the funeral. He was married previously and had 4 children. He was in the children's lives, right? They got pictures of the kids all on the funeral program, everything, right? They involved, but they asked the children, would you like to sit down with the funeral director and plan the funeral out for your father? Their words were, we ain't sitting down with that big, they're playing nothing. We don't like her, the new wife and the new children. That we ain't sitting down with them doing nothing. He was our daddy first, and we're not planning the whole thing. We don't want nothing to do with the funeral or nothing. Cool. The funeral director said, okay. He told them they don't want no parts of it. Security boss, we sat in there Saturday at that funeral. He was a good man too. We sat there and we just sitting there just, going through the motions of the funeral. And they picked out different people to come and speak on his behalf. The deacon of the church, the mother, whoever knew him. And the son stood up from his first wife and said, well, he got kids too, nigga, to the preacher in the middle of service. And I said, Lord have mercy. I looked over at my wife and said, babe, I'm going to go use the bathroom because I feel like it's going to be a lot of moving in here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the bathroom to get ready for it. I walked out to the bathroom. I hear commotion. I come out of the bathroom. Security boss, it's a melee. As a matter of fact, I tried to screen record it, but they took it down. I think one of my cousins got it. I'm going to send it to you. It was a melee. I mean, bodies everywhere. People swinging. Women fighting each other. Men fighting each other. Kids running around crying. I said, Lord. So I said, I'm going to break it up. I go in. I said, hey, chill out. Boy, hey, y'all, we family. I know y'all don't like it. Come on, chill out. The kids from the previous marriage, the oldest boy, security boss, when I tell you, that boy punched me in my chest so hard, security boss, I thought he damn near broke my chest bone. I mean, he punched me hard as shit. I'm just trying to break it up. Now, security boss, you know what happened next? Now we done tore the church up from the back of the church all the way out to the parking lot.
Black man, y'all are in church. Oh my God.
Security boss, listen, he punched me. He didn't put his hands on me. I snapped. And so then, here come my brother. Then my mama coming up. And I said, Mama, keep your hand out your bra. Going back over there and sit down because, Mama don't care. And I said, and we're out there in the parking lot. They break the fight up. The kids say, we don't want to be a part of this family. Cool. But my thing is, at the end of the day, security boss, y'all knew y'all was going to come with some mess. Why would y'all want to come if you say you didn't want anything to do with it? You didn't want anything to do with the preparing of it, picking of the suit, the casket, where it's going to have it at, where he's going to be buried. Y'all didn't want nothing to do with it. And now you want to come into the funeral, you and your sisters and all 6 of your brothers and sisters, because my uncle had 18 children. All 6 or 7 of your children, y'all want to come in here. He had 9 and 9. He had 9 with his first wife and 9 with his second wife. So you mean tell me you want to come here with all that and act a fool like this in front of your daddy? Your dad is sitting right there in the casket. God, security. I had to tell something. I had to vent. I had to get that out. That
was some hurt. That was some. See, that was some hurt feelings. That was hurt. That was pain, and it was when you don't know how to deal with your emotions, you don't have the right kind of a type of decorum to even go to a funeral You know, people die. I can't say that sounds crazy, but people actually die at funerals. They fight often at funerals, not typically inside, but there's always a lot of commotion because people get to drinking. You know, they the sorrow, they get real sorrowful, and they get to fight and all that, talking about who's this and all the illegitimate children that nobody knew about. All that stuff comes out during funerals. So
And keep in mind, it's 18 of y'all. Why can't y'all just come together and just be brother and sister? You know how much unity that is between 18 kids?
yeah, that ain't gonna happen, black man.
God, it's just crazy to me that they won't just.
It ain't gonna happen because you know I'm understanding. My dad got a whole lot of folks out there too, and I don't think I'm coming together with nobody either.
Yeah, I understand.
But I ain't gonna fight, you know, they gonna be none of that either. I would just have a closed funeral if I thought that something like that would happen. But
exactly,
it ain't gonna be if you didn't raise them together. It ain't gonna be no together. You know.
And remember what I told you, security boss, about the illegitimate children. My wife, daddy funeral.
Right. I know.
The lady got up and said, "Your daddy was a good man, but he wasn't." Come on now. She said, "I'm looking at this funeral program, and I'm only seeing the kids he got with his wife." She said, "We all knew who your daddy was." She said, "Everybody stand up if you a child of this man."
You know what?
Half the church stood up. I said, "Lord have mercy."
She had no business doing that. The man is.
Oh my God!
What would be we got so messy? Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Why
security boss? I did this. I looked around and I told my wife, I said, "Baby, you ain't the baby." I said, "Look back there. You got little brothers back there like they about 23 years old, 20 years old." I said, "Look,
black man, I don't know that. I hate that for your family." But listen, I hate that, Uncle. Listen, we are sorry for your loss, but I hate that this had to happen at the funeral. Then what do you do afterwards? Well, you know, you don't go to
afterwards. The police came.
Oh,
police
Lord.
came. They flooded the church. The whole funeral stopped. We didn't even get to. The eulogy.
They didn't even get to finish the whole black man.
No, you know what they did? They had food afterwards. What they did was somebody went found some trays. And they put all the food in the trays and just gave them out to people and said, "We're not even going to sit down and eat. Just take the food and go."
Wow, black man, that's bad.
Yeah, they couldn't even finish the funeral.
That's
hey, sweetheart, who's that told me, "Hey, what's up, Brown Eyes? How you doing, sweetheart?"
Hey, Brown Eyes. Listen, classy and covered. I love that. Orlando, hello. Let's see. Black man, that's terrible. Y'all really
that was terrible, security. And I didn't want to go off like that, but you're not going to put your hands on me. And so I didn't, you know, you're not going. I ain't way up. My elevator don't go all the way up to the top. So you're not going to put your hands on me.
It's that pain. That's that reflex. CC Trucker, how are you? It's that pain. When you feel pain, it's like, oh, you know, you don't really know how to handle it.
Yeah,
you look, God ain't through with you. So listen, we're gonna get to this topic because I want to talk. A beautiful animated. How are you, Abram? How are you, Vera? How are you? So listen, black man, we just do everything. Why do white folks fight at their funerals?
Oh, security box. Let me tell you what I saw. I'm trying to hold it down. I'm trying to keep it to myself. I did see it. A man go to a casket. Oh, this is on video. I'm gonna send it to you so you and Mr. Boss can roll out your chairs laughing. They were at the funeral. One of the guys, I guess the brother didn't like the husband or something.
Oh God!
And he went up to look at the woman in the casket. He was like, "This is why you shouldn't choose this funeral home." Blah blah blah. Da, 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 da. And the husband just got up and socked him. Pow! And the other white guy held his face and retaliated and hit him back. And they had candles around the casket. So he hit him back. One of the candles fell in the casket and she caught fire. The body caught fire. The body.
Hello, Nightish. How are you?
I'm gonna send it to you.
Gosh. Okay.
The whole family beating the casket trying to get out.
It's already caught on fire. See, something's black. How are you? Y'all, you know what? That is just so wrong. But listen, tonight we're talking about living married while single is complicated. Now, black man, when you first hear that, what are your initial thoughts?
To me, that we're talking about a person who is living with someone, playing married, playing wife, right? Not going through the process of marriage, but they playing, right? I'm living with him. We're eating together. We have children together, but we're not married.
Okay, you talking about like the olden day, like shacking up, like
shacking.
That? Shacking. Or we say it now, modern day, cohabitating. Would that fit it?
Yes.
Okay, cohabitation. Okay. So listen, that was my initial thoughts because I'm noticing, and I'm sure you are too, that marriage is not the first option for individuals anymore. Like some people like are really saying that they want to cohabitate. You had that little silly stuff like I want to test drive it before I buy it, and
Right.
all that stuff. Referring to people as cars and things of that nature. And then you got some different things. It says right here. Listen, about 70% of marriages start with cohabitation. I can actually believe that because I actually did that. Me and Mr. Boss stayed together. We stayed together for about 3 weeks before we actually got married. About 3 weeks. Yeah, so we did that a little bit, but y'all know I ain't
I mean,
recommend.
y'all, that was temporary.
Well, you're right. You're right. It was temporary because we was like, oh no, we had all types of convictions. We're not doing this. So we went ahead and got married. But it's a lot of people that decide they want to cohabitate before they actually get married. But listen, when I read it again, it went to another thought that I had. Is living married while single, it's complicated. Now, when I read it the second time, I'm thinking, hey, I hear a lot of times women and men too sometimes, but I'm dealing with women. They complain about being married. You know how we always talking about marriage is like slavery. We say, well, I haven't heard many people say this, but I've heard this before. Chore cooking and all of that. You've heard all that. So I was thinking, maybe these are single-minded people that are married, and it makes the whole thing complicated.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, I want to play this video really quick. Now, this is just a man's point of view. I couldn't find a lady's point of view about it, but we're going to get into it. Go ahead, Mr. Boss, play this video really quick.
Almost lost a body from immaturity because it was like that mind state I had. I was kind of like, yo, like stick around, like chill out, like fall back, let me do me. And we all right. But I never, even living in the house with her, I still wouldn't give her a commitment. I still was figuring out ways to kind of make it my own, like my selfish needs and selfish ways. So, and then when I wanted to run away, I could run away. You know what I'm saying?
Because there was no commitment.
Exactly. And as man, it's like,
right.
I want to move, I want to move.
And we lived a life of, well, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And there was just so much of that. And years were going by. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And we couldn't really plan. We couldn't plan for anything.
All right, black man. You heard that? What you think about that?
Yeah. Go ahead and break it down first. I kind of process because it's ignorant to me. But go ahead. You first. You go first.
Well, me, I'm the type of person that I always say, I tell a woman, especially now, I used to say to women, preserve yourself until you get the ring. But I have now pushed that back a year or two or whenever you all decide to do your nuptials. Preserve yourself until you are married. Right. Because you need to elevate your standards to so much that you know that the man that has asked you to marry him will actually marry you.
Right.
Because you don't want to be caught in a cohabitation situation and never be married and possibly end up with a child, a single mother, with a child that, you and the father didn't get married, or trauma where you thought this man was going to marry you and he didn't. So ladies, make sure you are preserving yourself, because coming right from this man here, he said he was immature, though. He said it. He wanted to keep her around. He didn't have a plan for marriage. He almost lost a good woman. That's how he started it. He almost lost a good woman. In other words, kind of playing his game of this cohabitation, driving the car. Although there are a lot of people that decide to cohabitate before they get married because they do want to test out, living together. Often they break up right at about 2 years.
Right.
They don't push through. So what is the test? If you don't push through, what is the test? In marriage, you push through. That's what says, that's the commitment of it. But just like the young man said, because when I decided I wanted to run away, I could run away. And I think that men have the same exact fears. They fear that these women that appear to be very, very good coming in, she cooking, she cleaning. Remember I told you about I didn't tell you about it. You wouldn't hear on Wednesday, but in the beginning of your relationship or the beginning of your marriage, what have you, women, most of them know how to cook and clean, and they're willing to do it. Everything is happy. Everything is good. We're newlyweds. I'm loving my situation. But as I go on, if I don't change my mindset to being a married woman, now I'm chore cooking for my man. Now I'm being a slave when I got to clean up the toilets.
Right.
I'm not wanting to be his wife because that was what my destiny or what I was supposed to be as getting married. That was my purpose. I don't want to be that helpmate. I just want to be married and do my own thing, but I got to get him in here. So I'm going to follow the rules. I'm going to do whatever he wants me to do. And then about 2 years, as far as I can take it. Now, by that time, you should have definitely converted or evolved into being that helpmate that you're supposed to be. And you're supposed to be loving the fact that you have a husband to cook for, a man that covers you. You're supposed to be humble enough to realize your role as a wife. But if you're not, then that transition from a single person to a wife never took place. So what you think? We got both sides on here. Because listen, I said this and I say it all the time. I always use myself for example. I was actually prophesied to twice. The first time someone, was saying, just walked up to me and was like, you're supposed to be a wife. And I was like, I am a wife. I was just so happy. Yeah, I am. Well, how you want people to say certain things to you because you're just looking for something big or what have you. It's like, you're supposed to be a wife. And I'm like, yeah, I am a wife. I'm just a wife, Didn't hear it, didn't mean much to me because I was doing the duties of a wife, cooking, cleaning. That came natural. I saw my mom do it to death. Then, second time, somebody came to me and said it again. You know what? Your job, you're going to be a wife. You're a wife. You're a wife. That second time, I actually heard it.
Right.
It penetrated. I was like, hey, I'm understanding this now. And then I started enjoying, not that I didn't enjoy it the first time, I was just doing it. I was just doing what I was supposed to do. But then it started becoming purposeful for me. I started falling into my role as a wife, being the helpmate, being there for my husband. The circle began to join. Whatever my husband needed me to do, wherever my husband wasn't good at, I was good at, or, it began to come together and we began more so to become one. That's when the one pot thing took place. We go to the pastor and he was like, put it in one pot. And we both looking at each other like, duh, like, did you just say that? How simple is that? How did we miss it? Things like that started happening. We were both open-minded to it. Whereas before we were still, taking care of our business over here because I did it before I got married. So why couldn't I do it? Nothing was meshing yet. We didn't mesh it. But when that second time you're to be a wife, I was like, you know what? I got to be in 100% because I see what's happening now. I see what my purpose is. I see what I'm supposed to be doing. All the compassion and empathy that I needed to have for my marriage relationship, all that stuff started to flow. It became easy. Very easy.
Because you were in place.
I was in place. I realized it though. And I think that that's what we miss. We miss those things by cohabitating, because we're trying to play the game, but we're not in the role of what a wife should actually be, because no one has actually asked you or walked it through with you. You haven't said those vows. That's not your goal. You're still playing around. You're still looking for that out if you need to go. Just like he said, you're still being immature because outside of marriage, we're in this house together. We swear we sharing, but we really ain't, Right. So I just want to hear what you think from a male's point of view.
I think that in some cases, a lot of men will keep milking that cow and eating that cake, because what happens is there is why should I commit to a woman when she's giving me everything without the commitment? The sex, the children. He moved in with her, she moved in with him. I don't understand why it takes people so long to just get married. And I've asked somebody before, I think I was my sister. I said, you living with him, when y'all get married? I don't think we're ready for that. Y'all got 2 kids. Y'all live in the same house. What is it that you're delusional? And that's how I talk to him. I talk to him just like that. You delusional as hell. Y'all already married. You just ain't got to. You just ain't went got the rings and made it right. Y'all live. If there are people out there right now, security boss, that say they're not ready for marriage, and they got kids that they live together. They get up and go to work every day. They paying bills, and they just feel like they're not ready for marriage. What's? I don't understand. Maybe you can help me.
No. I'm looking for the answer. I'm looking for the answer because listen, they say about 70% of married people actually go into a cohabitation agreement before marriage. Now, 50 to 65% of them do actually get married, though.
Right.
They do.
So that's a big number.
Okay. They do. They actually, but they also say that this was it improved. They feel as though it improved their marriage. Now, I don't see how that could be, but like this young man said right here, I am playing house and I'm doing this without the commitment. So, what are we doing? CC Trucker has a question. Should couples get therapy before getting married?
Yes.
I do think that there should be some counseling done because the counselors, marriage counselors, they actually bring out things that we don't think about, the things you don't think about.
And things to prepare you.
Right, they do. Money issues are very big because, like that one pot thing. That's where I got that
money,
from.
sex. Oh,
yeah. What would you do if your partner couldn't have sex or whatever situations that you don't even think of? Because what we're finding out here, me and Mr. Boss are finding out that in these spaces, people don't really think long term. They don't think long term. They just think, I don't know how many years they think about, but for us, our marriage has been a long term. So we recall what it was like when we were 25 and 30. We also know what it is now at our age we are now. So it's long term for us. So we see it on both sides. But, because the expectations we hear of people now, as far as your husband and then your wife, it's totally unreal. It's unreal. We hear people say things that are so unreal. It's like, what are y'all talking about? It can't happen that way.
And congratulations to you, CC Trucker. She said she's engaged. And her fiance wants them to get therapy first. Hey, that's a great guy. Yeah, stick with him because he wants to get everything out on the table before you guys, get married. So yeah, definitely embrace where it is he's going because right now he's definitely going in the right direction. So please follow that man and go get that therapy and y'all figure out, your likes, dislikes, sex. Everything. Just put everything out on the table. Don't leave nothing out. So when you get married, he knows everything. You know everything. There's nothing to hide. There's nothing gonna come up later, and y'all will be good.
Well, I ain't gonna go that far. There will always be something to come up.
Well, yeah. It's always gonna be trials and tribulations.
It's always gonna be trials. It's always gonna be things that you haven't even ever thought about that could happen. I mean, Black man, you just don't even know. There's so many.
She said they both been divorced. So now y'all learn from your first one. Now definitely get that. Definitely go.
See, that is a good thing because I wonder, because I am my husband's second wife, right? So he knew a lot of things, what not to do, or he knew what he didn't want, and he knew what part he played in his divorce. So that is good to go into have an opportunity to get another husband, and do it all over again because I always say marriage is what you make it. And if you want it to work, you got to pour into it. And nothing supersedes your marriage. Nothing. I know y'all can throw out a million things to me and be like, but what about this? No, nothing. Because remember, your husband, your spouse is supposed to be the person that you're one with. And if you're one, how can you can't, you're you. What's supposed to supersede you in a situation like that? You all are equivalent. He's not better. You're not better. You're one. You're responding on one accord. Everything should be done for the both of you. It should be done that way. Of course, your husband comes in with the plan. Ladies, of course, we submit and respect our men always, but we're still one on one accord. But so Black man, so do you agree with the cohabitation or do you think that this could cause a lot of problems? Because what comes to mind is the young lady that's on the cover, Kiki. You see, Kiki done went out and got a baby, playing house. I don't know if her and the young man live together, but I would think they probably do. Now,
he lived there. He moved in with her.
Now they broke up. She done made a whole rap song about him, her getting out and leaving him, right? A whole rap song, right?
Yeah.
So what now? She has a child. And this ain't about money, y'all. This is about balance. This is about a productive kid that should have an opportunity.
See, what should happen is, what happened is, man, Kiki's in a position that she's never been in before, right? Because we remember Kiki, the girl with the acne, the girl that was built like a boy. She had this baby and got them big old breasts, and they look, she looking good up top, and then she looked back and said, "Oh, I got some butt now." Go to Google and type in post baby Kiki. She was built. She was skinny with nothing. She had no feet, none of that.
Right.
Face had bumps all in it. That baby cleared that skin up, gave her a nice butt, gave her some nice breasts, and then Kiki then took off. I don't need that man. Look at all these men that's looking at me now that never looked at me before. And so now she was looking for a way out when she got it.
Wow. So listen, let's read these super chats really quick, because I really don't think that's a good enough excuse to have a baby by a person and then just dismiss him. And I'm assuming this all came from the little see-through dress and the usher comment or what have you, or him just wanting to be a family with you and cover you as a man should. She even said this guy right here was one of the men that actually spoke some sense. Now it doesn't matter. Really? Trey, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. The topic can be positive. My downtime is my prep time. I'm single, working, married, principles. I like that. Single, working, married, principles. That's what you gotta be. That's what you gotta be. That's why I'm saying to ladies, preserve yourselves. Even while you wanting to be a wife, you have to. You can't continue in relationships giving yourself away with the hopes of one day having a husband. Dre, again, thank you for your $5 super chat. Too many Oprahs and not enough Ruths. Oprah's want to kiss. Wait a minute, I can't see. Ruth won't covenant by a sacrifice. Out of order, but won't order. Go figure. Won't order. Out of order, but
out of order.
Wow. John the Baptist. Hey, John, how are you? Thank you so much for your $2 super chat. Men, be intentional. John, you haven't said it. Ladies, be intentional. We have to get back to being intentional, because I don't believe, even though a lot of people are, how can you have this cohabitation as a result, though? If you know that.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I think you have my same thought. Go ahead. Hey, Marcus. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think men and women play a part in how the nuclear family goes. The man is the direction. However, women have to understand that they're the anchor, and an anchor is something. If the anchor is not put down in the boat will go off into nowhere. It go into dangerous waters. It'll flip over. It can capsize. Anything can happen. When the anchor's down, that means the boat sits still. It knows its place. It don't move around. It don't do a lot. And I think a lot of times the women are the anchor of the families. I think that they hold it together. The man is the driver, but the woman holds it together. And when that man says, you know what, we're going to dock here for a while. This is my vision. This is the journey. Oh, I'm putting this together. This is my journey that we're going on right now. We're on this big, nice boat and we're headed out. And when we get here, I need my wife to anchor it down. Baby, this is our home now. I need you to anchor it down. Be the woman. Be the nurture my children, right? Nurture your husband. Be here for me like I'll be there for you. Respect me. I'll love you, right? God, husband, wife, children. I think that's just the way it's going to go. But hey, when it's not like that, when it's out of order, a lot of people say tradition is trash, throw it away. Okay, well, if that's the case, then tell me what's happening right now. Look at Kiki's situation. What if Kiki was married? What if she respected her husband and he loved her? They would be at home right now watching TV and smiling at their baby and looking down at something that God gave them and they created together, instead of being on Facebook and Instagram going back and forth with each other, acting a damn fool.
So Black man, I don't want to. So are you saying that if women won't allow things won't happen?
Absolutely. Can you imagine? Security ball. Can you imagine a woman talk?
Wait a minute. So you are definitely saying that women, we need to elevate ourselves and our standards, because if we want better men, because I was just reading here, if we want better men with better outcomes, then we need to have better standards for ourselves. We have to become wives and know what it actually looks like, so we can determine the man that we want to be married to, or the man that we attract. Because otherwise, you're saying the woman anchors the man, and then that makes the house, the home, I should say.
Right.
And it does.
And a lot of women say the women should be the neck. No, the women should not be the neck. The women should be the crown.
Keep
the
going.
women should be the crown. The man is leading and guiding, right? If everything has to work together for the man to have a vision. He has to be able to look left and look right. The vision is not the woman. So if you give the woman the neck, that's a part of the vision, because the neck makes the head move. The woman should be the crown to the man's head, because the Bible says, "Wife, be a crown to your husband's head, for he will have the visions on where you should go." But a woman that is not a crown to her husband's head is a cancer to his bones. She'll break him down.
Yeah.
She'll drain him. She'll take everything from him. She'll pull everything out of him that God wants to use to elevate him. And and sometimes women on the elevators cutting the cables, and the man can't go nowhere.
So listen, I want to go back a little bit, because I saw here that Beautiful Animated had something she said about Kiki, and Ricky did too. But let me see. She said Kiki Palmer was never about no relationship. She's being selfish, not even moving as a parent. You know what? And she just started moving like this afterwards. She was like just a little kid.
She was just so cool, calm, collect.
Yeah, and then now she's getting some fanfare. She's like lost her mind. How you gonna go? How you gonna make a diss track about the father of your baby?
Security boss.
Baby will judge Kiki later. Listen, I don't know how she did that. That doesn't make sense. And Ricky goes on to say that he thinks that Ricky said, I'm gonna say it. She used that man to get a baby.
Yep. Because guess what? Security boss, come on now. Let me give you a new trend that's out right now.
Don't hurt me.
Oh, yes. They are normalizing single motherhood, and they're clapping and celebrating it. Oh, yes. Find you a man. All he good for is procreation. Remember last week we talked about this. We talked about women who got on that short, and she said the man walked up to her, random person, and said, "How do you feel about marriage? Do women want you?" She said, "Hell no."
Right.
All we need those men for is just for babies. That's it. Once we get our babies, we're on our own. We do not need them unless we're procreating. That's it. So there's a trend out. Even Ebony K. Williams went on The View and said, "Yes, I went to the doctor. It was very expensive. I'm going to be impregnated by the doctor, artificial insemination, and I'm going to have a baby. When the baby turns 18, I'll tell him who is he or she, who their daddy is. And I'm also dating another man. So you're going to be carrying
another man's
employee's baby, but you're going to be dating a dentist."
And so she's really not planning on marrying anybody, because what if the dentist wanted to marry her?
Exactly. So she's gonna be carrying it. Why not get pregnant by the dentist if you say y'all real serious? That's just, she's handicapped.
You know what? I think there's some issues there. But let me ask you a question. Since they doing all this artificial stuff, do you think that someone somewhere should be making them sign agreements that they cannot go back later and not have, pull out child support enforcement on these young men?
Exactly. And Marsha G, you better preach in that chat, Marsha. I just said that you better preach.
Let me see. Wait a minute. Let's do these super chats first, then I'll see what Marsha says. CC Trucker, thank you so much for your $9.99 super chat. Powerful message. Y'all doing the dang thing. The dang thing.
Thank you, CC.
And congratulations, CC. Keep us up to date. We love married folks over here. Absolutely. Listen, people are saying marriage is not an option, but think about it, black man. Within the last year and a half, how many folks have we seen come through here
and got married?
It's been at least 6 couples.
Man.
Because I don't know if you know, but Jedi got married this past weekend.
Yeah. You lying? I gotta call my boy.
Yeah, he did.
I'm so happy for my boy. I'm gonna slap him in the face. Is he in Houston? Or he's still in the DMV?
Oh, I don't know, but I got the pictures, and it was, I almost forgot to say it, but it was Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday, but
was it? Oh, there he is right there in the chat. Jedi.
Hey,
did you get married in Texas, or did you get married in DMV? Because if you got married in Texas, didn't tell me, and I could have came, we would have a problem.
Congratulations, Jedi.
Congratulations, my brother.
Let me do this super chat. Clement Gray, what's up, Clement? Thank you for your $5 super chat. Not enough aged women to teach and show these women how to love their husbands and their children, how to be his peace. My wife is disowned if we get together. What? Come on, Clement.
Yeah, because the older women are competing with the young women now because they hit the wall.
we have to be able to identify what it is that we're marrying, both sides. Because it's too often we give the excuse of that we didn't pick well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody can't have an issue, can they? I mean, I know we all have issues, but everybody can't be, oh, you just messed up. Oh, he was just the wrong one. Do we have to dismiss everybody with that? Could it be possibly that this person is just not perfect or immature in this area? I didn't put the work in. Could it be something more to this instead of just dismissing them for being no good? Because that's the answer for everybody. Everybody, no good, no good. Let's read what Marsha has to say. An excellent wife is the crown of her.
the crown of her husband. I just talked about this.
He keep moving it. Okay. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who causes shame is like rottenness in the bone. Proverbs 12:4.
Come on, Marsha.
Come on,
Marsha. Keep them coming.
We're trying to create and have women want to be wives, because that's the way you need to be. You want to be, and black men always talk about the kingdom man. We want and desire to be covered, but we want women to understand what it's like, because there's so many opposite or opposing messages out there where they got women thinking they're the leader. Did you hear that, black man?
Yeah.
Women, the leader, and men are supposed to respond to our commands.
Yeah.
And all this craziness, and we're just out of order with it. And I'm just still trying to figure out what a woman is supposed to lead and how that's supposed to look. I'm not saying we don't have real smart women out here. Y'all don't get me wrong.
Right.
You know, I happen to think I'm one myself, but we're not in the position to lead. That's what God did this for. You know, we are the helpmates. Let's just rejoice in that. Let's be humble and thank the Lord that he sent us some good men to actually have, asked us for our hand in marriage. I happen to think that being married is part of a very exclusive club. I don't think every woman will be a part of it. So if that's your desire, get it together. Get it together. Because there are men out there that want to be married. There are men out there that want to be married.
Yep. And the thing is, women out there, if you want to play games, then go buy Monopoly. But there are some good men out here. Don't ruin the good men because you want a baby and you want to cut him off. Right? Because, like I said again, security boss, they are celebrating single moms. When Ebony K. Williams said that on The View, that she's going to be and they announced it too. I mean, proud smiles on their faces. Oh, and you're saying that you're ready for single motherhood and you're going to be a single mom. The crowd, woo! Yeah, woo!
Listen, I don't know if I told you guys, Chris Bloom and Ebony also got married too. But
come on.
How many of the standard is left? Only one. Isn't that Cheeky? Cheeky is the only one.
Cheeky is the only one left.
The whole standard has gotten married, y'all. SB Standard has gotten married besides Cheeky, and Cheeky is the virgin. I guess we can wait on him, right?
Yep. Now take this into consideration. The Bloom and Ebony got married. Jedi got married. Tamika got married. JB got married to Kim.
Right.
Who else?
That's it. It was only four.
Yeah, that's right.
Ebony, Bloom and Ebony. It was Jedi. It was Cam. Those and Cheeky. The only
Bloom
one
said she found someone for Cheeky.
What? You found somebody for Cheeky? Does he know? Did you tell him? Because you gotta look it up, Chris. You gotta look it up. But listen, wow. So if this has all been within a year, y'all. This has been. It's been within a year or right at a year now.
Almost a year.
So don't tell me, y'all, marriage is not an option. These guys right here, they are the standards. And it's almost time to do a reunion show with y'all mates. And I'm going to bring, you know what, it is time. Because now they all got a mate besides the virgin.
Yeah, when you say marriage ain't nothing.
I know, but guess what, though? They are the standard. Wow.
And they make you proud, don't take a moment.
Oh my goodness.
Take a moment, security boss. Just take
I saw it. I saw it in them. I saw it in every one of them.
Yeah.
So in their mates. So I gotta do a show, invite them all back a year later. I gotta figure out the date on it. What if we write it a year? Wouldn't that be like crazy if we would write? Was that doing Super Bowl time? Seemed like it was doing football time. I think we coming up right in the year. Seemed like for some reason. I'm not sure. But we're going to do a reunion show and we're going to invite them all four back with their mates. And this is going to be nice because I got to hear about being married and it all happening within a year. Y'all have just blessed my soul. Black baby. And then guess what? It's not only been them. There was Nurse Fancy, now Miss Cece. We just learned about Miss Cece. It was somebody at Prime Time. It's been so many. I know I'm missing somebody, so y'all forgive me. Y'all gonna be like, SB, how could you forget? I don't know. Forgive me. But it's
lovely. I love it.
I know. I do too. I do too. So marriage is an option. But black man, what we gonna do? Because it's like you said, women, we have to end of August. It will be a year. We got to plan it. Thank you, Jedi. We got to plan it. Y'all tell your wife. Tell your wife we're gonna do a reunion standard show, and she got to come, and all y'all got to come, and y'all got to catch us up, and we're gonna do it like a before and then now. This is gonna be so sweet. Y'all got to tune in for the standard reunion. Oh my god, it's somebody else who was supposed to be getting married. Black man, who was it? It was somebody else.
Oh.
I know it's Trey, but we got to work on him.
Yeah, we got to work on Trey.
Yeah, we got to work on Trey. CC say, are y'all referring to your friends? I'm not sure who you.
As far as what she talking about, the ones that just got married.
Oh no! Well, yeah. Well, they're not our friends. But they're
you got a family, like family, I guess.
Yeah, they're just, okay. Let me tell you, CC. I'm glad you asked, CC. The standard is something that Black man said it one day, the name, and then we put together this thing where these 4 young people that we met on YouTube platforms. I felt as though that they were the standard, meaning that they were going to be outstanding husbands and wives, not to each other, but I just felt like they were definitely people that needed to be, or that would want to be married. And within a year, all 3 of them, besides one, is actually gotten married. And the one that has not gotten married, he is a virgin, and he is holding himself for his wife. So that is why we call it the standard. They all have, and they all met. Did they all meet? Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, Cam and did they all meet on the line?
They did online, yeah. Cam and JB, Jedi and Tamika for sure.
They all met actually on YouTube. And well, Chris, I don't know Chris's husband, but she didn't meet her husband on YouTube. I don't think. Chris, did you meet your husband on YouTube? You gotta let us know that. I'm not sure, but they all met on these platforms. I think it was more so Lapeef and came here and everywhere. And we just, this is just so sweet to hear this. It is. So I gotta share that with other folks, because they are an example, and this is like the bomb. So Black man and Jedi, please tell Cheeky I found somebody for him if he's interested. I am definitely gonna tell him. I'm gonna write him
absolutely
tonight. Not me. I met mine on dating app. Listen, she met her husband on the internet too. So he is welcome. I don't know if he's friendly to the YouTube space, but let him know, get him all ready. But the end of August, he's going to have to come, and we're going to do a reunion show, and we get to meet your man. Hopefully he'll agree to do that. If not,
that is awesome.
Chris, if he say no, ain't nothing you can do. You got to follow your husband. You got one now. All right. Gotta do the right thing. But anyway, that's been sweet. Now, if she could come and tell us he got a woman and he gonna be getting married soon, do y'all know I'm gonna fall out the chair, right?
Man, I'm a man.
I mean, that's gonna be like the most.
Love it.
But anyway, getting back to where we are, living married while single. Yes, this is about cohabitating. SB, putting couples together like KS. Listen, do y'all remember the dating show I Choose You? It's about time to do it again. Black man, it's about time to do it again. It's about that time. It is. But getting back to it though, I want to tell everybody, I do not recommend ladies cohabitating with their soon-to-be husbands or potential husbands. I think that the roles could get very cloudy. I want women to be able to still maintain themselves, preserving themselves while waiting for the ring and the marriage. I think you may put yourself in a situation, and it could possibly work out very well, but I just don't want it to be an issue where it don't work out. And then you turn totally against being married. you are traumatized because you love someone and you let your guard down or what have you. We want the situation to be one that works out for both parties. And, we already know that being married, for me, it's been outstanding. For Black man, I'm going to let him tell you. 6 kids later. Black man, tell us about your situation.
Yeah, them 6 kids came at the time we didn't have cable. We had to find some entertainment. But no, I'm just saying, 14 years in, ladies and gentlemen, 14 years in and 6 beautiful children. Now, I will say this. A lot of people won't tell you that marriage ain't always going to be easy. But that's what you're built for. And when you get with that person, you start to build and you start to build. And every mistake that's made or everything that happens, it happens for a reason. So the next time you see it, next time it happens, then you're built for it, right? You don't stick to it. You build from it. So as you continue to move on in your marriage, you're going to learn that when you first got with your wife, she liked roses. 5 years later, she likes dandelions. 5 years later, she likes lilies. She's going to continue to evolve on what she likes, and you have to be able to evolve and build with her, and it'll work every time. Some days she's going to get on your nerves. Some days you're going to get on hers. But at the end of the day, you guys come right back together and build from that. And it's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful thing. I'm
so glad you said that, Black man. It's so good to hear men talk positive about being married. I mean, you hear women talk good about, T-Shaw is here. I talk about marriage and being good a lot. You hear Bolo talks about marriage being good a lot. You too. Excuse me. It's just good to hear because so often marriage gets a very negative,
especially now. Especially now.
And then, I hate to say it, but a lot of it is because of our women, not being being under such a negative influence in these spaces. They get such a negative vibe from being married. It's like, why should I do it? And I can tell you a million reasons why I actually love being married. My husband and I are not perfect. We don't have fights. I shouldn't even say that. We have disagreements all the time, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but with my husband. Does that make sense? Even though, I mean, I appreciate being covered. I appreciate the things he teaches me, the knowledge that he's brought, like even watching, like we said, you say how your wife went out, she had the gun in her bag, right? She had no business. She probably appreciates the fact that you said, you need to do better,
exactly.
Because we would just be in fairy tale land, walking around, be like, hey, shopping and not paying attention. You all bring that type of logic to us and make us pay attention. Right. Now our heads are on the swivel all the time. I know mine is. So that type of stuff, you can't get that when you're single. And who wants to be by themselves? I like the fact of coming home and sharing in my bills, my day and all the things and hearing and, just having that companionship is outstanding for me. I know I hear women say they don't need a man. They don't have to be married and all of that. I hear you ladies, but I can tell you, don't close the door completely on it because it is good once you find a good man to be married to. It could be a very good opportunity for you. But I want to read a couple of super chats I think that I had. Mr. Boss, can you get them for me? Dre, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. He says Proverbs 12:4, a woman is the crown of the head, but she's that makes a shame is a rotten in his bones. Crown means to encircle for protection or attack. You know what? You got to protect your husband. You got to protect your husband. Y'all know I'll be saying in a minute. Somebody told me one day, I think it was Clement. Clement, I'm going to call you out. Clement said, SB always talking about fighting. It was something about it because I say I fight for my husband. I say it all the time. I will fight for my husband.
You got to.
Yeah, I will. So thank you, Clement, for your $5 super chat. Look at him with the bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the right corner.
I will. I'll be like, what? Listen, when I be getting these chats, these comments sometime, I'll be like, Mr. Boss, you want me to take care of that? He'll be like, nah, babe, I got it. I'll be like, okay, all right, let's tell him this. Like, I got it. He says marriage begins and ends with God. God is not going to allow Satan to overpower his standards. People are waking up good, but some are still asleep. There are a lot of us that are still asleep, Clement, a whole lot. But you know what? Not everybody's going to get it. We already can come to terms with that. Not everyone will get it. Dre, again, thank you for your $2 super chat. He says, once sex enters, distortion comes. You can't see. Listen, this is one of the major reasons why I say to ladies, preserve yourself. Stop with the sex. If you're a virgin, continue to preserve yourself. If you're not, then you want to start preserving yourself, because God can actually use you and have you become this wife that you want to be, because you don't want to come into your marriage and be thinking that it's a chore. It's a chore. You don't want to conform to or adjust to what your husband needs. We are here to be helpmates, y'all. We gotta do that. Lady D, what's going on? Security boss, that is your second husband. No, this is my second husband. Okay. Oh, it's a question. No, it isn't. I am his second wife. Don't act as though the Black community is filled with good Black men. Hey, I don't know that it's not. I don't know that it's not. I have a lot of good Black men all around me. And I see a lot of good Black men in these spaces. Like I said, the Standard is the example of Black men that I didn't even know. And they now have women and wives and good women too. So I'm not the one to, well, let me ask you this, Lady D. Let's just say it like this. I don't know what your qualifier is for when you say the Black community doesn't have a lot of good men, but you tell me what makes them bad. You know, maybe we can go that way. You tell me what makes a Black man bad, and then maybe we can work it out that way. Because otherwise, I'm going to say that there are more good men, Black men, that there are bad Black men. I'm going to say that. Now, there could be a lot of Black men that are good Black men that are married, and there could be some that are single too. And if they are single and they're not good men, hey, that's where they should be. So I'm going to let you think about that for a minute. Tell me how we're qualifying a man being not good.
For security boss, what it comes to is this. And I think that one of the things that we're failing at in our community is that we're not being honest. And one of the things I want to be honest about with our beautiful Black women out here is the fact that if you are around a lot of men that ain't nothing, then it's time for self-evaluation, because it seems like you're magnetically pulled that way and they're magnetically pulled to you. So what we need to do is seek therapy, sit down with somebody, figure out why is it that every man I get ain't hit. And then you need to go from there and say, hey, maybe it's me, right? Because a lot of women have been in different relationships and they have the excuse of every man I've been with ain't been nothing. But all of those men have a common denominator, which is you.
So listen, Lady D, thank you so much for your explanation. And she says Black men have turned against Black women and protected the white woman.
No, because the numbers don't support that.
Wait a minute, Black men.
They liars,
Just don't
bro,
jump on it.
liars.
Let it just let it simmer for a moment. Let me understand what she's saying, because we've been doing this about 2 years, and the white woman has never been an issue over here.
Right.
So I want to understand what she's saying, because let me say this, Lady D. The Black man has turned away or against the Black woman. Can you explain that just a little bit? But let me answer that second part. Over here, I don't hear the Black men that come to my platform even speak of white women. I think Black men, for the most part, want Black women. Now, I do know that men and women have their preferences on who they want to be with. You can love anybody. I could care less about that. But I do want you to tell me why is it that you think that Black men, or if you can outline maybe one or two of the behaviors that would exhibit that a Black man is no longer interested in a Black woman. If you could do that really quick, or it may be easier. Lady D, I'm not sure who you are, but would you like for us to drop the link and we can just have a conversation? It's very safe over here. I really want to have the conversation with you, because I like talking to women who actually think like this, because I am around good Black men all day, every day. All day, every day. And I be just sharing so much with them. And it's like they tell me all the time about how hard it is to find a good Black woman. And I'm telling them all the time how I'm sharing with our Black women on how to become God-fearing wives. And I'm telling them how I say to my ladies, listen, preserve yourself, stop having sex. And I'm going through all these things, and I'm encouraging women to be the best of themselves. And the men are like, for real, SB? And I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I want women to be able to elevate themselves and their standards. We need high standards. Now, if a woman is being very sexually liberated and she's out there entertaining different men, all types of men, and she doesn't have a true standard of living. I was a teenager, sweet, quiet, and would give you the shirt off my back. Those black men took everything besides the shirt off my back. Now, Lady D, I'm not going to get into that. That sounds very, very personal. And
there's some trauma there.
Yeah, I must say to you that I hate that you experienced something that was not good. I'm going to say that without asking you any more detailed questions. But can you be a little more not so personal? Now, I'm going to tell you something else, and you may not like this. I'm going to give you one opportunity to be a victim, only one. Now, if you're saying that somebody took something from you, and we're going to try to keep it PG. If you're telling me that someone took something from you, my heart goes out to you, and I wish that did not happen. And I hope that that person who did that, if that's the situation, was definitely found guilty and had to do time or what have you for that crime. Now, if you're telling me as a teenager, you were involved in a sexual relationship with a man and that situation did not work out, but it was very much consensual. As a teenager, I am going to give you that one time to be that victim. If you tell me the next time as a teenager, it happened again, that is on you. I can't give you but one. Now, if you're telling me, I got to figure out what you're saying. I'm just trying to read through without being too graphic, but I hope you speak more general. But if you are talking about consensual sex, you got one. From that point on, if no one's taking it from you, it is on you. And I'm not going to let you put that on an immature boy, a young man that was a teenager also, who knew no more than you knew. But guess what? We all knew that we weren't supposed to be having sex. We knew that. Now, again, Lady D, if he took it from you, my heart goes out to you. I'm with you. I am. But if that's not what happened, please let me know, because I may be all in the wrong completely, and I don't want to be that way. So, black man, do you understand what I'm saying? Am I almost right with what her comment is? I don't want to put nothing on her, though.
Right. Yeah, not putting nothing on her. Just, baby, if you went through that situation, like she said, if somebody took it from you, our heart goes out to you. That we don't wish that on anybody.
No.
Nobody deserves that.
I was punished for being a good woman. Okay, Lady D, I'm sorry. Anytime if somebody hurt you, and if someone hurt you or violated you in any way, whether it was, like I said, sexually, domestic violence, or what have you, those are crimes. Now, if you want to get to the domestic violence, since you said you were punished as a domestic violence, we already know that
right.
1 out of 3 women, black women, are a part of a domestic violence situation. So what we can say honestly about that is the majority of women do not experience domestic violence. So let's don't always keep looking at the black man for being this big angry monster that is beating all his women, because I myself am 50 years old plus and have never been beat by a man. My mom never been, my sister. We haven't experienced that. And there's a lot of other women I know that have not experienced. It's 1 out of 3. Y'all can look that up. 1 out of 3. So that's not the majority. So please, I know that there are some negative influences out there. I know that you know what, black man, I hate this about us, because I do know that there are some good men out there. And I'm wondering why our women don't want to feed the good ones. I do know there's some bad ones. I do. But why don't we want to feed the good ones and have them be the face of the community, instead of dogging them out and saying that they're no good, all of them, and tearing them down or what have you? Why?
It's simply because I'm trying to say this. Okay, so it's simply because they are more attracted to the men who, let's just be real tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They're more attracted to the men who have nothing. but can provide something that's temporary. Let me say that again. The men who have nothing but can provide something that's temporary. You need an example? I'm glad you asked. He don't have a job. He lived with his mom. He played a video game. But he gives you really, really good sex. He has nothing, but he can provide something temporary that you enjoy. And a lot of women get caught up in the mix. Man, that peanut's too good to let it go. I don't care if he on government assistance. I don't care if he's sitting at his mama house. I just got to have it. I need it and I want it. And they got the, and some of them dudes like that, girl, you know, you just listen to women talk, girl, they got the best stroke game in the game, right? And then 6 months later, they're crying, I'm pregnant. He ghosted me. So a lot of women are attracted to those men. A man that has nothing, but can provide something temporary.
So Lady D says, I had my first job at 15. I was so kind and felt sorry for Black men and wanted to help them. Learned the hard way. I'm not sure. Wait 1 second, Black man. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Yeah. But I'm not sure at 15, Lady D, what you could have wanted to help a Black man with. I would hope it, you know, I hope you weren't dealing with grown men at 15. But again, this sounds like something that some type of trauma that you've experienced. I hope and I pray that you get some help for this, but understand this is not everybody's experience. I do know that there are some bad men, some perverts. There are some people out there that are doing wrong things, but that doesn't, again, that is not the face of the community. 1 out of 3 women have experienced domestic violence. I agree with you with, you know, that, but it's not the majority. And we shouldn't be painting a picture that our men are just monsters, because we already know that they're not. See, I don't know why we don't feed into our men. We talk about them like disgust. Then we go out there and we have boy children, and then those boy children grow up and they're disgusting too.
Yeah, they become the very man you don't want.
Instead of providing the best balance that we can for them with their children, with our children's fathers or what have you, we don't. We'll just continue the cycle. Like you just said, women actually start off seeing a man as a human being and try to treat them as such. I'm not going to apologize for being kind. And I can't see you keep moving.
It said, yeah, women actually start off seeing a man as a human being and try to treat them as such. I'm not going to apologize for being kind and treating a man as a human being. I'll address this one. So, Lady D,
hold on, Black man, because I'm going to see Lady D. Mr. Boss is going to drop the link for you. You don't have to cam up, but we want to be able to hear your voice and talk to you.
Right, exactly.
If possible, please do, because I really want to talk to you, because you got to have some therapy, honey. You got to have some help, because all men are like this, and you absolutely know that it isn't. But I do know if you have experienced a lot of bad things, then this could be your conclusion. I get that. But it's time for us to stop. If we want a better man, we have to become better women. I mean, that's just how it goes. But Black man, you can go ahead and speak to her and say what you wanted to say while he's doing it.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, again, if this was something, hopefully you come up, because this conversation will, this is not going to be a conversation that, nobody's going to be pouncing on you or judging you. But we'd like to have a conversation with you. However, if this stuff happened to you, sweetheart, you got to find a way. So this explains everything. It explains everything that you said, everything that, you've been saying in the last few weeks on panels, in the chats. It explains a lot. And hurt people. And you want to find any way you can to get back at those men you gave so much to. But what needs to happen is you need to go through a season of healing. You need to disconnect yourself from everything but your responsibilities and go through a season of healing. So you won't be so broken that your pieces are too small to be put back together. Because you may meet a man that really loves you and wants to be with you, and you haven't healed yourself, and now you're going to break him also.
Well, what I want to know, Black man, is, are you, Lady D, are you been a good example for women that are coming behind us? I think I've met you before, not actually met you, but I think, like Black Man said, I've seen you on other panels, and you mentioned to me that you were an older woman. And I want to know if you are being an example to the ladies that are coming behind us. I am a Gen X. I don't know if you are or not, but are you giving them the message of hope and preserving themselves, or are you putting fear in them as to being married and telling them that Black men ain't ish? I would like to know, because you got to be honest about this. I mean, I don't know if it's where I grew up or what have you. My husband's not perfect, but I have a good husband. Black man is not perfect, but he's a good man. Black man's been married 14 years. He has 6 kids. There's so many, y'all, Sir Hale, there's so many, Bolo, there's so many good men in these spaces that I can call out to you. And y'all, if I didn't say your name, forgive me.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky. I mean, come on.
Easy Money Jones.
Easy Money. There's so many examples. Clement, there's so many examples of good men, God-fearing men, may I add.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so we know it exists, and we know that there are some kingdom men out there, and we know that they're examples for the next generation, but we got to have wives and women who want to be wives for them. We don't want women that are coming out here who think, we feeding women a real bad deal to tell them, hey, you go ahead and have that baby by yourself. When you know full well, when they get of a certain age and they've been handling this baby or babies by themselves, it's not a good situation, especially if they have more than one. I mean, that's not a fair situation. Whereas if they could have had a good message and they could have elevated themselves, they could have attracted a good man, and they could be a wife. Because why don't they deserve to be wives? Why they got to be baby mamas and not have good men in their life? Why they can't be covered? Why? Why they got to get cussed out on a daily? Why they got to be no good? What is this about? And is it really real? Is this a real thing? Is this stuff really happening? Or are we just a part of this movement that's going on here? Are we just being negative influences? Because I'm not going to let nobody talk junk about my men. And when I say my men, I'm talking about the men I know in the area that I'm at, because I already know how they move. They're not perfect men, but they're wanting to learn how to be better men. They want wives. They want good relationships. They want to build. You know what? Men, they want to build with their women. And the next thing I hear a woman talk about, why I got to build with you. Now, this is a woman. Why I got to build with you? Why you can't come together already? Because I'm supposed to have a helpmate, which is my wife. Why not? Why I can't have the helpmate?
Yeah, I got the hammer trying to put in the nail, and I'm saying, baby, hand me a nail for this board fall. You come get your own damn nails.
Why? Why would they do that? They know how this thing works. They're trying to go against the grain. Keep going against the grain. We could tell that.
Yeah. Because your mama went against the grain, and now she's sleeping in the bed with a Walmart comforter with a My Pillow between her legs every night.
No, nothing. She actually has nothing. None of that.
Nothing.
Lady D, if you can, you don't have to come up. I do want to hear your conversation though, because I really do wonder why some women speak of men so negatively. Actually, I really do. And it has to be outside of your own experiences. I mean, if all your girlfriends have had negative experiences, and you know what, a man cheating on you and you cheating on a man, I don't think we can call that negative. Couldn't that just be relationship stuff? Or what's the situation? What are we calling? Sometimes people are not meant to be together. If a woman's preserving herself, she doesn't have to even be involved in a sexual relationship. She doesn't have to be immoral. She could just be waiting for her husband. And all these things that we're talking about, all these traumas that we experience, we would never have to experience them, because we would have never involved mixing sex or a spiritual thing with somebody that's not even trying to be with us. They don't even like you.
Right.
They don't even like you. And then you give yourself wholeheartedly to them. You totally submit to a man that cares nothing about you. Nothing. And Miss Vera says, unfortunately, she may not be surrounded by those type of men, i.e. good men, but she must first take that journey of self-love, healing, to be able to discern a good man. I absolutely agree. But you know something, Miss Vera, before we even do that, we got to self-reflect. We got to self-reflect. We got to figure out how what position we played in our life.
Yep.
When we were entertaining these things that were not good for us. I do too. I did too. I had to be accountable for what I did in my life. I definitely did. I must be accountable. Do you see all of Cynthia G's followers? Are they all faking? I don't know anything about Cynthia G and her followers. I'm talking to you, Lady D. Are you Cynthia G's follower? I don't know. I mean, why are you? I don't know. I'm asking a question. Are they faking? Because guess what? I'm gonna tell you something they are doing, or I don't even know if they're her followers or not. I'm talking about women that are negative, period. One thing you all are doing is this. You're talking negatively about men, but you're getting underneath them.
Oh.
You always want to get underneath. You get underneath a man real quick. Now, me, I would say if I hate a man or didn't want to be bothered with men, I wouldn't be bothered with men. Me having sex with them wouldn't even be an issue. I would be like, I don't want to do a man. But no, that's not happening. That's not what's happening. Women, young girls are continually being sexually liberated and getting up thinking that they're that man's equal. They're kidding themselves. You are not the man's equal, and you won't win thinking that you are. As long as you're getting underneath a man and still procreating with him, because that's exactly what's happening, whether you think you're just having sex, but you're actually procreating. And I got to tell y'all something. I mean, we are out here just doing, some of y'all are just out here doing what you want to do. You're thinking you got the condom on, you're thinking of plan B, but y'all forgetting who's in control of this thing. You're forgetting. Yes, because she's the only woman who is being honest about the Black community. Who's a lady who, Cynthia G? Cynthia G is the only one. Oh, so you think I'm lying? I'm lying. I got all these men around me. Why would I get on here and lie about my husband being good to me, about the standard, those men being married, about Black men giving him appreciation and praise for being the man that he is with 6 kids, 14 years. Sir Hale got 19 years and 4 kids, right? Yeah, Sir Hale. And then you got Mr. Bennett in here. He got 27 years, 2 girls. So many men all around us. Got Kosher. Kosher got 20 plus years, 3 girls. What do you mean? See, Cynthia B is honest. Honest what?
Yeah, an honest liar, an honest single woman, she's not honest with herself. Because if you look at Cynthia G online, she's not honest with her. She don't even love herself, and she needs therapy. She don't love herself. She got a half a gallon of makeup on. She got $400 worth of weave in her head, and her lashes are spray painted hospital gloves. So she don't even love herself. Why are we listening to people who don't love themselves? That goes back to the point. Hurt people. She don't even love herself.
Well, let me just say this. I don't think
Let's just be real.
I don't think Cynthia G is about love, because she does spew hate. And she also said abort Black babies. Now, anybody that would
male babies,
male. Okay. I didn't hear it. It's secondhand. But anybody that would suggest that anybody abort something, which y'all know what that is, delete something. I mean, I know that that's a tough decision if someone has to make it. But I think the best suggestion would be, ladies, preserve yourselves. Don't have sex outside of marriage. But see, whenever you spew hate, that says a lot about you. Because guess what? I don't have to hate you not to deal with you. And like I said, Lady D, if you all do not like men, and I don't know if this is you, I'm talking to you or not. I'm talking to you, but I don't know if this is you, then you all need to stop having sex with them. You need to cut it out completely, because it's only causing you more and more trauma. Because the men, you can't control them, and they're going to do what they want to do. That's as simple as that. I believe your husband's mother raised him to be a decent man. His mama,
bro. I mean, when I was going to say something, but I'm going to leave that, man. She don't even want to get credit to Mr. Boss daddy.
Lady D, Mr. Boss and
myself, bro.
Mr. Boss and myself both grew up with
their fathers.
With our fathers.
God,
yeah, we did. We both 2-parent households. We did. We were fortunate enough to do that. Not that the 2 men were perfect. Now, let me tell you, neither one of them were perfect. Neither moms were perfect either. I've even shared those stories. But there's some places. Listen, sometimes you got to be grown enough to handle it and get it for yourself. You know when you're doing right and wrong. So you know, all I'm saying to you is I don't know exactly what Cynthia G is doing. I do know that the women that come from her camp often come here. They may be trolling, but they do spew hate, and there's no validity to it. I haven't heard not one thing yet from you that I need to,
I want to correct something real quick.
Sure.
Easy Money Jones said, what's wild about Cynthia G's comment is that you legally cannot delete a child after finding out the gender. Most times you don't find out that until 20 weeks. That's too late. No, they're doing deletions up to 24, 25 weeks, sir. You got to catch up with the times.
It don't even matter.
Baby deletions going up to 24, 25 weeks for sure.
But just to say something like that, Lady D, how did you feel when she said that? I mean, I got to figure out where y'all heart is.
She said most black people never met their father. No, baby.
You keep using those words, and that's not true. She's saying most black people.
My dad and my mom been married for 40 years. My grandmother and grandfather, 63 years. My aunt that just passed away, 23 years. We have longevity in my family, baby.
My mom and daddy, 57 to death.
Yeah.
My husband's mother and father, 40 plus to death.
Yeah.
Lady D, I understand where you're going with this, but don't allow someone to influence you to make bad decisions. A black man is a representation of a black woman. He really is. So if they're not looking the way that you want them to, become better women. We need to become better women so our men can become better men. Because if, like I said, either you're in marriage with them, you're in relationship with them, or you just had one. And if you just had one, you need to know how to raise them. And a woman raising a man by herself is not doing him any justice, because we can't effectively do that. We can do the best. You can do the best you can. But if you don't have his father in his life, you should find the father. And if you can't do that, you need to get him mentors or whatever needs to be done. But you actually need to be pushing a nuclear family. And see, this is big in our community. We don't push the right things.
Now, hold on, Lady D. Lady D says, when I was coming up and nobody had a daddy and we were not crushed over it. Yes, you are, baby, because you're dealing with it right now. A part of your trauma is abandonment from your father. And what happened is when your father abandoned you, I don't want to be a therapist right now because I'm not licensed, but when your father abandons you when you were a child, now you're seeking your father in every man, and those men are not good for you, honey. And that's what ended up why you got hurt. That's why you're broken, because you allowed people you wanted to play daddy to break you.
I'm not going to say at 15 she allowed. I'm going to say she put herself in a wrong position and it happened. We get one. But that one should definitely teach us what not to do. We should gain just a little bit more wisdom to what's going on after we make that one. From that one black man, yep. We got to be accountable for what we do. We actually do. And we need to start with a better message than, hate. I don't understand how we can hate people. Oh, well, anyway.
And my thing again, and then a lot of women say, I hate men, I hate men, I hate men. But you're breathing today because God created a man with a penis, and the penis inserted your mother and gave her you. So if you hate your daddy, you hate yourself, because your daddy gave your mother life. Your mother carried it and pushed it out. So if you hate men, you hate yourself.
It was pain. It's just pain. Lisa say we were sold a dream, rappers, thugs.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Exactly.
Maybe.
You wanted 50 cents and ended up with a nickel.
Maybe. You know what though? It's not too late to have these real conversations. I understand that maybe Cynthia G, I hear her name often, and I not only her, we got another one out there now. What's the other girl name? Black man? Priscilla. She's also telling the ladies that they are wanting to be leaders and they don't need men and things of that nature. And I think ladies are really believing in this. And I hate to see it. I hate to see it because it's just not true. It's very
followers.
Well, everybody can't lead.
Yeah.
But I wish they had more of a thought process that they can examine the situation and figure out where they played, what position they played in this.
And my question to Cynthia would be, Because see, Cynthia won't come and deal with no people like us. Like she'll invite weak men on her show. She wouldn't deal with. I couldn't go over there because she'd put me off. But I will say, you know, when people people say who they are and how they're living, just ask a simple question to these people. Hey, show us.
Yeah, how you living as a single person? Is it beneficial to you? Because you keep talking about it, but you know you're not bearing any fruit. You know, because you know what? If I was a single woman, I don't think I would be on these platforms dogging men. I don't think that would be what I spend my time doing. It doesn't make sense. I definitely wouldn't be on here trolling. What am I trolling a man for? I don't even want one. Why am I trying to get other people to think like me? Because I'm trolling a man. You know,
we need to get a blues song. Her people, her people.
I don't know, unless they just feel like, you know, I think trolling a man and saying terrible things about a man says a lot. I think that probably means that you're very unhappy with yourself, because look, what's wrong with just being happy? You know, if you getting what you want and you've made your decisions in life, you decided not to be involved with men, or, you know, if you decide to be a lesbian, whatever your decisions are, you are successful in your job, you're 6 figures or whatever you are, why not have joy? You know, why not be happy? Why not smile? Why troll? What is that about? I'm not sure. But
Sugar the Bomb said seems condescending coming from people shaming single people.
Well, you know what? Sometimes that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes sometimes. You know, call it what you want. You know, some people call it trolling. Some people call me condescending. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. All I know is this. I'm about tired of people trolling my black men that don't deserve it. How about that?
Ooh, I can't wait till tomorrow, the insecurity boss.
How about that? Let's just make it real nice and simple. If you ain't got nothing good to say about a black man,
shut up.
Go somewhere else. How about that? If you ain't got nothing good to say about security boss, be somewhere else. How about that? Life is going to go on just fine. Because you know what? I'm telling you, the days of trolling, I'm trying to figure out what is a troll. Is someone that's trying to get attention, trying to derail the show. And you're going to come over here. I'm surrounded by good black men. You don't want one, but you're going to sit up here and talk about them and have no evidence of it. SB just enlightened women on finding love instead of bitterness and anger. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, and a lot of women can't get chose. That's why they got a lot of women can't get chose. All they're going to do is buy the rose. That's it.
Black people are super stupid.
Yeah, a lot of women can't get chose. All they're doing is buying the rose.
I'm just wondering because listen, I mean, we talk about the problems in our community so much, and we got black men that really want to be married, black men that really want to do right, and I see it. So I want to encourage those. That's not all of them. I got a whole group of women that are sexually liberated that don't even listen to me, wouldn't listen to me. And I am so good with that. They don't have to. Do what you want to do. You can be just like that woman over there in Dubai. Go over there and call that man all kind of BNs, yell at him, raise your voice and get locked up. Do what you got to do, instead of resting in your femininity and having power in your quietness. Do what you do. But the ones I'm talking to are the ones that want to be married, that want to have the companionship, that want to be the best women or the best versions of themselves. And it ain't all about the man. You can do this and never, ever meet a man, but you still need to be the best version of yourself. I don't want to show up a troll, upset, angry,
And you know what? Like, again, Sugar the Bomb, she says that, where is it at? She says that's why the channel will never grow. Because what she said, because we're shaming single people. Now, my thing is this. I like Lisa. Lisa, be a woman, stand in your square. I love you, Lisa. Let me tell you why I love Lisa tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa said, people call learning shaming. Just learn. And that is so simple. They're going to attack her too, because she's a female. Don't nobody hate the black woman like the black woman. So she's going to attack her. However, Lisa is absolutely 100% right. right? Anytime someone is correcting someone, you find some way to corrupt it. Ma'am, your skirt is too high. Why you? They always shaming, body shaming. No, your shirt is too. When you sit down, people can see that thing that don't have no warrant on it no more.
So listen, what did Sugar Bomb says? What? That's why the channel will.
That's why your channel not growing, Security Ball.
Really? So Sugar Bomb, listen. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. And are you trying to shame me as a content creator?
Oh my God!
Is that what she's trying to do?
Thank you, Leonard. Thank you, Leonard.
This content may not be for you, Sugar Bomb. This content may not be for you, dear.
And you can start your channel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With
That'd be great.
With the blue hair, the green hair, or the pink hair.
Oh, yeah, all of it.
All of it. Whatever. Anyway, black man, on with the show. Miss Lisa says, this Lisa, the black man acting as a 14-year-old is not impressive.
Black man acting like as a 14. So let me say something to you. I'm 14 years married.
Wait a minute, hold on for a black man. Sugar Bomb, you ain't telling no truth about nothing. You're not telling the truth. I have nearly 12,000 subscribers. 12,000 subscribers.
Uh-oh.
Go do the math.
Now, Lady D.
Go do it.
Right.
Go do it. And Sugar Bomb, listen, you ain't telling no truth. I don't know if you got truth in you. You trolling like you always do. You know what? I would love to meet the real Sugar Bomb. Actually, I actually wonder, because we over here talking and lifting up men, talking about marriage and all those things you're really not interested in. So I really wonder why you're here. I really do. I wonder why you're here. Why do you want to come and try to derail my show that won't grow? Go derail somebody else's and be entertained in the between. How about that?
When you don't have no man.
I tell you what we're going to do for you. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do for you. We're going to ignore you. We're going to ignore you. All right, black man. Did you hear what I said, black man?
Yep.
We're going to ignore Sugar Bomb.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and say what you was getting ready to say.
When you don't have no man, you get on panels and do what you can to keep other women from getting a man. I'm gonna write a song.
I like that. That's what you do. That's what you do. Now you were saying what is Lisa saying? Lisa was saying what? She was standing on haters gonna hate SB. Listen, look, I ain't no need to hate. Easy Money says, in fact, most of the 304s I know are happily married. The girls still aren't married. Oh, Easy, you promote that. Look, Easy, that ain't how it's supposed to be. But hey, who knows? Who knows? We're trying to be the best versions we can be. And Brown eyes, huh?
Oh, I'm offended. I'm offended, Lady D, that she said I'm acting like a 14-year-old. Lady D, listen, first of all, I think that we've gotten too serious. I know that you've gone through a lot. So I just want to say that first. And I think that you've gone through so much and you're so broken that you lost your sense of humor. You lost yourself. And there's no getting back to yourself until you go sit on someone's couch. And I'm praying for you. And I'm not being facetious. I am truly going to pray for you tonight so that you can meet someone who does therapy, who makes it affordable for you, where you can go vent all your transgressions, everything that happened to you, everything you did to somebody else. And I want you to grow. And when you come back, the new you, man, I can't wait to talk to you. That'll be a testimony out of this world. So I'm praying for you, sweetheart.
Look, yeah, that's true. He's just trying to lighten up. We have a sense of humor, Lady D. We're not trying to make it a bad experience for you. But I do know that y'all be trying to come at people. SB giving SB the business. SB giving SB the business. I don't know.
It's about Sugar Bomb.
Sugar Bomb. No, I'm not giving Sugar Bomb the business. I actually respect Sugar Bomb most of the time, but I'm now getting really frustrated with Sugar Bomb because for some reason she thinks that her trolling is true and it ain't.
Yeah, cocaine is a powerful drug.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I just think it's time to grow up. This ain't the place to troll, and then you don't know what shame is because you try to shame all the men all the time, and then when we give it back to you, you want to say you're telling the truth. You're not. So it's just one of those things. I actually have respect for Sugar. I have respect to everybody, but again, if you can't go with what's going on, and you're not going to bring anything real to the family or to the platform, Why be here on this channel that ain't growing? Why be here? It doesn't make sense to me. You're wasting your time. Clement, thank you so much for your $10 super chat. He says, for Lady D, my wife and me been separated 2 years. Good women. I'm a good man. But when she wants to reconcile, her mom, a woman told her she will disown her if she does. Lady D, you tell me who's wrong.
Yeah, Clement, go get your wife and tell her you only listen. I know you only get one mama, but sometimes a mama can be a brick in your lap while the car's sinking in the river. You need to go get your wife.
Throw her over your left shoulder and bring her out the house.
Go get your wife. Damn that. And I bet the mama's single too. Over there, single, no teeth, doing velveteen rubs for $15 a day. I guarantee it.
So listen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got you. I got you, Mr. Boss. No, I was talking to Mr. Boss in the back. I got you.
Okay. Okay. So listen, Clement, go get your wife, throw her over your shoulder, and bring her on home. And just y'all got to dismiss mama for about 5 years, and then later on, when we read that scripture where it says you need to leave your mama, the house, and cleave to each other, maybe we can believe on that. Hey, the 5100 podcast. Hello, sir. Salute SB and BMU. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat. Dr. Steele, SB is not shaming single people. I'm a single man and I don't feel ashamed. In fact, it's helping me. Thank you. You know what, Dr. Steele, I don't even know what I could have said to shame single people. But either way, one would say whatever they can to try to win. You know how those women, y'all men be talking about these women, and I be defending these women because I know that they have some goodness in them. I know these women got some goodness in them. I know they have some bad influences too, and I be defending these women. But this is a time that I need to tell y'all something. I told y'all a couple of weeks back that I used to be real, and black men, I know black men probably thinks this way too, both of us. We were real, what's the word I want to find? We move real slow on how many times we mention God. Black men, have you ever experienced that? Because you knew that not everybody would be so favorable to everybody. Some people would be like, nah, I can't do them because, God did, they always talking about, like that. And then I said, I've been hearing all types of junk, terrible influences, this and that on, these YouTube spaces. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about this anymore. So I absolutely know the people that follow me, they understand and know exactly what I'm talking about. And those who don't, they probably will not follow me. But this ain't for everybody because these already said all of them ain't getting in, right? So this is what I put out here is what it is definitely centered in the foundation is God. So if y'all don't want that, y'all are in the wrong place. And I'm talking about marriage most of the time. I'm talking about marriage, living right, being right with God, all of that good stuff. I'm not talking about that corruption, that negative energy that women sometimes put out or all that. I don't want that. I don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, because Lady D said, if the mother, she said, if her mother doesn't like him, can you say that he's a good man? Why is he here? Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. We don't give a damn about that mama.
Listen,
she kick rocks.
What did Lady D? Oh God, Lady D, you acting like women are gods. Women are not gods. I'm a woman. I'm not a god.
The hell?
I got faults. I'm a good woman. I'm a good wife. I'm God-fearing. I want to be, this is what I want to do. But I still got to follow that word of God. And they ain't said nothing about my mama being in my marriage. What is wrong? Right.
Misery loves company. And that mama probably miserable and ain't got no man. She looking at Clement like, yeah, oh yeah. Her mama said she'd disown her. Okay then, mama. Mama, thank you for everything that you done for me. I ain't asked to be here. I'ma holler at you.
Guess what? I told y'all know this. For the first 5 years, we didn't deal. My mama didn't like my husband at all. They would be jealous. They'd be jealous because oh my God, Lady D. Ooh, there's so much that needs to be taught. Right. There you go, Brown Eye. Brown Eye said, laughing her ass out. Is your mother a good woman? Is the real question. Exactly. Probably one of them old bull daggers. Stop it, Black Blackman, that is not nice. Don't put that on the mama. Come on, Blackman. Don't do that.
You know, I don't like when people threaten marriage. That mama is out of line. She is out of line.
Yeah, but that just means that Clement got to go throw that woman over his shoulder and bring her in the house and tell her, you are my wife. I married you. And whatever it is we got to work out, we're going to work out together. And it's just me and you. And guess what? I don't even want you going back over there for a while. Now, you can go over there later on in life, but don't be discussing our marriage.
No, we're going to take a 2-year period. We're going to take 2 years off.
We took 5.
We'll start at 2. And if she ain't got her mind right in 2, we'll go to 6.
Oh God, Black man, I feel sorry for some of my.
Yeah, Clement, that's my boy. I talk to him behind the scenes. We talk behind the scenes. I'm talk to him.
Yeah. We'll throw her over your shoulder and just bring her on up out of there.
Damn that woman.
You know what? Her mom is her safety net. We understand that, but you got to let her know that whatever it is that you need or that she needs, you have it. It is with you, and y'all can be one together. What happened?
She said it's not nice to him, so I'm sorry.
Don't he go all the way? He's something else.
But I just don't like people putting it. You know what? It's not nice to insult, but it's not also nice to insult marriage. And I don't like when people are married and they're building and third parties are coming in trying to destroy what they have together. I don't like that. And that pisses me off. So I apologize, guys.
I don't like the fact either that we are supposed to, and this ain't got nothing to do with you, Cece. We are supposed to cater what we say to the world. This ain't about the world right here. This is not about the world. I hope they can understand that. Now, if you over here and you in the world and you get influenced to do something different, praise the Lord. But if you think I'm going to change the way I think and who I worship and who I get praise to because I'm looking for some numbers, no, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's gonna have to work out this way. I'm sorry, y'all.
Lord have mercy.
I'm sorry. I just can't believe people would say such a thing. Really.
Just evil.
I know. You see how the devil, you see, oh, look, wait a minute. Built like a conquering king, black like a conquering king said something the other day. He said, what does Satan look like? Satan looks like anything that comes against God. How about that? And we got some faces tonight. I hope you're paying attention, Black.
I can't stay.
Hey, look, security boss. Tomorrow night, I want to see you in the chat tomorrow night because it's going down tomorrow night on Black Men Unfiltered Network. So if you have not subscribed over there, please come on over and subscribe so we can get this work in. But tomorrow, the name of the show tomorrow is You Talk a Lot, but you're showing me nothing. So we're gonna have that conversation tomorrow on the Black Men Unfiltered Network, guys. Make sure you go over, like, subscribe, hit that button so y'all can know when we go live.
Listen, Clement, you know you got our support. Do what you got to do. We're there with you.
I want to see you over there, CC.
All right, I'll go over to Black Men Unfiltered tomorrow night. Y'all be in that comment section. Get it going. All right, those of you that like to troll, stay at home or go somewhere else. How about that?
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night.
Tell them to go jump in the pool and sniff.
Like, man, what you talking about? Hold your breath.
Just run out in traffic with a blindfold on. I'm telling you.
All right, guys. It's been a terrific night. Peace.
Distance we roam into zones where nothing get hurt anymore. I just wish I was home when I step through front door, but instead I'm alone and completely unsure. And even though you're screaming out with the best of intentions, I don't get it. Why do you always gotta ask me to stay? Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. See, I've been lost in my thoughts, and my thoughts ain't too scared to usher off. Sorry, Mom, I just thought you were my world. Now you're not. And I'm just sitting, smoking, sloping in the days, cause my days ain't been the same since I drove here. I remember the way you wrote letters in blue ink. You and me was in love. Think about what your crew think. I know your moms probably think I'm a bastard. Your pops probably want to beat my death and take in my casket. But I got sick of fighting, bickering, fussing over nothing, cussing. instead of watching the death of discussions that we once had, days that we once spent in the backseat of our cars reading poets at sunset. It's funny how love can fall out the foreground, get pushed into the back of your mind. We used to twist a spliff and laugh and relax. Are you crying? And I'm trying to find the reasons, so I ask, does forever ever happen, or is it always fade to black? I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul. On the road, I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul. On the road.